Half a genius mind.
The other way.
Every time with the wheel.
Mike.
What are you looking for, John?
Stop. This is done deliberately. I'm onto your game. I'm onto your game. No.
Super Nintendo.
I'm onto your game.
Super Nintendo.
I know.
Suck it long and shuck it hard, Rebecca. Shuck it. My job.
We got room.
Who's got his room? Who's got his room?
I got plenty of room. Oh, jeez.
Joey's my whore. Who's my whore? Suck it hard.
He just likes to hold it.
Long and hard. Yeah, suck it.
But I'm over there, Mike.
That's Joe.
It's very true.
That's it!
That's his inside voice, by the way.
He won!
Hey. Hands above your head, now!
You stay. The new beginnings.
New beginnings, isn't it? Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shots released!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this? We're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full effect?
They got your name, address, they got everything.
Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
You and me, bro. You got this.
We got it.
Say my city, baby! My city!
Come to Fierce Ammunition today. We got more guns than a lot of lambs. Hey.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me?
Please.
What's up, everybody?
Deathstroke is the 4th limited mythic champion in the bleed
Today it's
calendar
not.
for DC.
What's up, everybody? It's Perfect Storm Gaming. We are joined by Michael B, the Game Genie. Let me pull his, hold on one second. Let me get him up there. There we go. What's up, Mikey?
What's happening, guys?
All right.
What's
Can
happening, guys?
everybody hear Michael? Can everybody hear everybody? What's up, Luz? What's up, Endgame? Michael B's in the house.
What up?
J-Rod. I think I saw Gen Master. Shane Coburn, what's up, buddy? How you been? Is it Coburn or Cockburn? I'm not sure how to say it correctly.
PG version.
That is the PG version. I don't know if it's Cockburn. It could be Cockburn. Can everybody hear us just fine? Can everybody hear Michael B? I want to make sure all the audio is good before we start rambling on for 20 minutes, realizing no one could hear us.
I've done mostly entire streams where my audio is off. It's totally okay. No one seems to care.
Shit happens.
Yeah. Can everybody hear Mike? And don't all answer me at once.
Nobody wants to hear me.
Not that mic. There's 2 mics. Michael B, talk a little bit because I'm listening on my phone.
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Yeah, so thank you so much for asking me to come on, guys.
Yeah, it says audio's fine. Yep.
They say the audio. Yeah, J-Rod.
Yeah.
You can count on J-Rod.
Awesome. All right, perfect. Okay, so for everybody to know, Mike, do you want to tell us who you are? Where can they find you? What got you into this? What got you started with all this wonderful shit? And then, in the meantime, you can choose a game for us to play. There's 32,000 on here.
Only 32,000.
Yeah, that's
only
it.
32,000. That's not
Yeah,
really
I don't
giving
know.
me a lot of choice, guys.
So,
I'm Mike. I've been doing YouTube for 13 years, according to YouTube, as of a couple days ago. I started out because, I was a fan like everybody else. I was really into retro gaming, and I was watching different people do different videos, everything from, reviews, Angry Video Game Nerd back in the day, people like Pat the NES Punk back in the day, Clan of the Grey Wolf, who doesn't do shows anymore, was recently on Jeopardy as a contestant, actually. Those are the kind of people that inspired me to, get on, and I started doing pickup videos for, NES and collecting childhood stuff. I had a big childhood collection anyways. I never got rid of any of my stuff back then. So I was doing pickup videos, response videos, did review videos for a while. And then after a little bit, I took a break from YouTube and came back, did some more stuff. But I felt really disconnected from what I was doing. I wasn't as passionate about it as I once was before. And then I got into these home arcades. This seemed like a really rad thing. It was exciting. I was collecting them like crazy. Started making videos on that, and still going.
Nice, very nice. They're saying your audio is J-Rod. What do you mean by his audio is a little delayed? Is it from the video, or what is it from?
Probably my voice and video are a little bit out of sync. Maybe I think that's what they're trying to say.
So what is it? What's your favorite thing about doing YouTube? What is it you like? What keeps you coming back to doing it week after week? And do you have what's your schedule? Do you mainly do live streams? You do reviews? Tell everybody what it is that you're, what you do, your specialization. What do you like doing more than anything as far as YouTube?
What I really used to like doing was I liked the whole idea of making videos. That was fun. Everything from just being on camera talking about stuff I picked up to then trying to film stuff and tell stories, do reviews. And I like the idea of learning different angles, how to shoot, all that stuff. Just the whole idea of video creation at one point was the biggest thing. That changed a couple of years ago. I had a second kid, and my time went to shit. I just didn't have the time to put into it to do the whole stuff I used to do, all the scripting and coming up with ideas and stuff like that. So I mainly switched over to doing a lot of, I still did a lot of videos, but it was more unscripted stuff. And the live streaming stuff, now that's what keeps me interested, because it's so nice to be able to get that kind of instant connection and talk with people while you're actually doing this. That fascinates me and interests me. So that's a lot of the reason I'm interested now. Is just we got a really great bunch of guys here in this home arcade community and the retro gaming community. It's nice to connect with them, and you're commenting on messages in videos. That's fine, but it's not as personal as getting to see somebody join a live stream and connecting with them. It almost feels like you're making new friends every week.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Everything you said.
That's pretty good. Getting to know different people. What's up, Endgame? Spike, J-Rod, Brooklyn Menace. Getting to know different people. That's what I'm loving about the Arcades Anonymous Discord is I'm getting to meet different people, getting to see different perspectives, getting to see how people do things differently. Jay Pixel was like, oh shit, the way that you grabbed everything. He's like, I wasn't expecting you to pull it from, because I used his link for what the hell does he use? what the hell's it called? The other OBS platform that works through the internet. No,
Oh,
no, no, no,
XSplit.
no, not that. It's fuck.
What?
What's the name of it? The other program that they use.
StreamYard?
StreamYard, yes. Okay, so I grabbed his image from StreamYard,
Oh,
which was
yeah.
easy because everyone's already on his
Yeah.
link, and I just grabbed a bunch of the pictures and the cameras and just add and threw it in. So that was super easy to do. And he was like, "What the hell? I didn't think it. I never thought to do that." I was like, "Yeah, me neither." Until I basically was like, "All right, I'll just use your link and capture your screens," and it worked perfectly fine. So
Yeah, but the StreamYard isn't like OBS though. OBS is, that's actually like you're creating while you do it. Like StreamYard, everything's
Yeah.
set up for you. Like that's just paying for something and
Yeah.
then just plugging in. Like OBS, there's a different, and like when you do stuff like that, there's a different
yeah,
level to
yeah.
it. Like you gotta set up everything
no.
yourself.
I'm
right?
using OBS. I'm actually capturing you through Discord through OBS and then showing everything that way, and that's how I'm able to get the two cameras. So I capture my marquee, I capture the video. So I stream from one PC to another PC. So I capture the marquee and the video screen here from the arcade cabinet. This is actually an arcade cabinet we're playing on. And the picture that's next to you, that's the marquee. So it changes with every game. And then below you is the video screen for the cabinet. It's 50-inch cabinet. And then 3 webcam reviews that I can move anywhere in the room because I've got hooks on the ceiling. Like the wires don't run across the floor so we don't trip and fall. The wires are across the ceiling because I keep it really dark. We keep it dark in here while we're playing.
Smart. Now all you need is a drone. You need drone
Yeah.
shots during the show.
Don't give
So
me
I'm not
ideas.
gonna-
I've got a
I'm not gonna
drone.
come back
I've
and
got a
you got that
drone. I will
drone.
figure out a way to plug it in while live. That's what Joe used to make. He's like, "How many more cameras are you going to use?" I go, "As many as it takes." And if we got a virtual pinball machine, which is what we're working on with a couple of companies to see if they'll throw us a virtual pinball machine that I would have every week on the show with a dedicated camera, would basically be a commercial for them. Like, you want to send your customers, just like
Oh,
arcades
nice.
are fun. I got this cabinet from Arcades Are Fun. I paid for it before I did YouTube, and then this kind of sparked me doing YouTube. And every week Jack gets to send his customers if they have a question or want to see anything on his cabinet, they can request me playing a game. You get to see how the cabinet works. You get to see, how plug and play it is. You get to see going from game to game, and that's it. So I want to do the same thing with a virtual pinball machine. I like to get my hands on a nice high-end virtual pinball machine to showcase on the live stream and on the channel. So I'm waiting to see if someone wants to work with us.
So what's your cab running there?
This
That's
is
retro
Big
Art?
Box, Launch Box, and Big Box.
Big box.
But yeah, that was RetroArch that was
Okay.
in, yes. The emulation was for that system, yes.
Yeah.
So it all runs mainly through Big Box, and all the other emulators run separately.
It depends on what system.
Yep.
All right, if you're gonna play Genesis, I require you to play Shakam the Forever Man.
Oh yeah, good game. Classic, actually.
And Mike does a lot of the work for Arcades Are Fun. Well, not for them, but he does a lot. He's working on the new drive that he's got. He's going to have a 24 terabyte
Yeah.
drive for his thing. It's going to have 1 or 2 terabytes of video marquees, which is pretty awesome. And it's going to be fun. So Mike, I call Mike the Wizard in the Machine because he helps me fix everything when it goes haywire.
Yes.
Yeah, been doing it.
So on the last Act Game Sega Genesis release, before that relationship dissipated, the last Act Game Sega Genesis, they actually released it, and it actually looked like the Genesis, and it played carts. The one thing I was really excited about on that console was they included Shakam the Forever Man.
This looks actually like a cool guy. I never.
This is old. This is a very classic old game. This is like one of
looks-
the first Genesis games there was.
It looks kind of fun.
Oh, it's brutal. Like
Oh,
it's good,
it's
but
one
it's
of those
brutal.
typical hard Genesis games. That was the problem with Genesis, man. They made great games, but they were friggin' hard, like for no reason.
Oh, the Genesis was fantastic. Like they were doing really cool stuff even before they got that major distribution push. Like a lot of the movie games we all played on NES
Oh,
were all
God.
terrible, but no one knew about it. But at the time, Genesis was making games like movie-based games that are incredible, like Ghostbusters. Their version of Home
yeah.
Alone is even good. They've got a great version of Dick Tracy. So
They just announced they're doing a Echo the Dolphin remake. Did you see that? I don't
yeah, I
want it
don't
either.
want
That
that.
game's
I'm not an
hard
Echo
as
the Dolphin
shit,
fan.
actually, considering.
Are they going to soup it up with new graphics
It's
like they
frustrating.
did Silent Hill 2?
I don't know what they did. They just announced it the other day.
Yeah, just the other day, and I was not all that excited.
I mean,
for
I never
Echo
really
the
was a big
Dolphin.
fan of it back in the
I know
day,
it's got
but
a huge
I can see
fan
people
base.
being fans of it, But
Like there's a lot of
okay.
stuff I didn't like about it. Like I found it really frustrating. Like the whole ear thing underwater and the music and stuff bothered me. The Sega CD version was actually a lot better. It had
Yeah, audio
better
was way better.
tracks.
Sega CD
Same
was the
game,
audio
but
was really good. Yeah,
better music.
CD audio really changed the
Yeah.
game.
Sorry, I was promoting the show a little bit. I got to put it in the Arcades Anonymous Discord. I don't think I did it yet. So what do you got behind you? What are you what is it? I see a bunch of arcade cabinets and things like that behind you. What do you got? Are you a multicade guy? Is that a V pin behind you? What's going on back there?
Yeah, well, I like everything. I don't really classify myself, but like I got two main arcade spaces. So this is my office. This is where I keep all my multicade stuff. I got a Legends Ultimate here. I got a At Games Legends Pinball 4K PC connected to it as well. And there behind me, I got what's called Megacade because I fell in love with these big arcade cabinets like you got as well. I was talking to I can't remember the name, Retrocade, I think it was called, and we met up with them at Pinball Expo, and I just fell in love with the giant TV connected to the cabinet. But I didn't want to pay
Yeah.
$8,000, so I said, I got a really big TV. I got lots of arcades with pedestals I can connect into it. I got a sound bar. Why don't I just build my own? And it's not anywhere near as cool, but I'm still, gaming on a 55
listen,
inch TV.
there's nothing wrong with
I'm
do it
pretty happy
yourselves,
with that.
bro. If I knew what I was doing, I would have
Yeah.
probably tried to build it myself too. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'd rather pay somebody that does, because I'm making adult money now because I'm an adult, and I can kind of afford it now in my adult age. So I said my friend got one of my best friends got one, and I was like, what the hell? And I was obsessed with it until I got my hands on one. And then when I was buying it, I was going to go with the cheaper model. And my wife's like, look, you know how you are. If you don't get what it is that you're wanting,
Yeah.
you're going to end up buying it twice. So just get what you want and do it right. So that's exactly what I did. I listened to my wife and I did it right. And I got everything he had to offer.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it. Like, sometimes like people are like, it's crazy to spend that much money, but you're better off going, all the way instead of going halfway and regretting it
Exactly,
afterwards.
because then you end up like I played drums, right? When I was 17 years old, I bought a drum kit.
Yeah.
And being 17, you don't have a lot of money, so I spent, 350 on it. If I just spent 500, I would have had a Pearl Export kit, not some piece of shit, Jimmy got drums kit, you know what I mean? And then I wouldn't need to buy another
Jimmy got
another drum
drums.
kit when I was older as an adult. And I should have listened to the guy. He was right. So I kind of listened to that advice when I was younger, and I stuck with that in my adult life. And it's gotten me pretty well.
Yeah, nice. I got another room downstairs too. Used to have a huge room, but had to give up some of that to space. Again, we had a second kid, so now I only have I collect the arcade one-ups, but I only have 8 of them now. I used to have 36 at one
Damn.
point, but I got.
See,
I
that's
know.
that's the thing with all those. They're like $500 a piece.
Well, you
right?
can get them on sale for like 300,
Oh,
200
okay, 300.
sometimes.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
saying you had how many of them? 36.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
36
yeah.
times 400. You could have had yourself an arcade cabinet like this. Do you know what I mean? Think about it. So let's say you
Yeah,
could have had
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but I didn't want I didn't want it. I didn't want it so much back then. And, like, there's a difference. Like, I love multicades, but at the same time, there's something so special about having the art, having like the right control panel layout, and making it feel like you get
No, I
all
hear
that
you.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those guys. Like, the NES Classic came out, I was all over that because you're playing with the controller, and then people were like, "Oh, why didn't you just get a Raspberry Pi?" And I'm like, I completely understand what a Raspberry Pi is, guys, but this is not the
Yeah.
same thing.
No, I hear you. I hear you 100%. I love my NES Classic too, so I feel you on that one.
Oh yeah, I went nuts with all those as well. I bought everything that came out. TurboGrafx 16 Classic, Sega Genesis Classic. I didn't get any of the At
Oh, no.
Games
No, gross.
mini consoles because
Yeah.
I just
They aren't
didn't
great
hear
at
they were
all.
very
No, they're
good
not
at
good.
the time. But all the official branded stuff, like the stuff made by M2 for Sega and Konami with the TurboGrafx 16, the NES, Super Nintendo, even the PlayStation Classic, even though it was terrible, I still had to buy that too.
I have mostly all of them too. I have the PlayStation Classic because even though that was crap, I still bought it. But I bought all the classics that came out. I bought. It's worth it to have them. And they weren't that
Yeah,
expensive
hey.
either, so it wasn't that bad.
Talking about like the remakes.
Oh
The
no, the
classics, the classic systems that came out to NES. Yeah, the
classic
NES
mini
Classic,
consoles.
Super NES, PlayStation had one, Genesis had one. They're all pretty good, actually. They play pretty well. And if you know,
Everyone except for the PlayStation, and PlayStation wasn't that big a deal. Like when I played PlayStation, I mainly played RPGs, and there's not a big deal with timing with RPGs so much as playing like some of the
yes, I
action
agree.
adventure games.
No, no, but with the PlayStation one, you could actually easily mod it to put as many games you wanted on it anyway, so it wasn't that bad.
Oh, you could do that with the PlayStation one?
You could do all of them, actually.
Okay.
If you want to get technical, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was. It was silly because I remember the Nintendo re-released their console, and it was only like what 15, 20 games. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, but you could have whatever you wanted.
Oh, good. Oh, with the
There was about 30 games on the NES. And I know that seems stupid. Go to Dick Tracy. That game's incredible. If you've never played it
Oh
before.
my god, I played it for NES. I've never played it for Genesis. No.
The
it's so
NES
bad.
game is terrible. The
So
Genesis
bad.
game is great. So I also in my arcade downstairs last couple of years after I got into all the digital pinball stuff, I actually got into real pinball as well. So I got 2 Stern pinball
nice.
machines
Nice.
downstairs
What do
as
you got?
well. Got Godzilla Premium and
Very nice.
Jurassic
2 good
Park
ones.
Premium.
Yeah, Ralph has the Godzilla Premium, right?
Yeah.
Retro Ralph has the Godzilla one, right?
Retro Ralph Godzilla. I think he had Jaws, but I think he just traded
had
the
it.
Jaws to something. He trades them so much. I can't even keep track what he has.
Yeah, I think he's on that trader program where he gets the new ones and then trades in the old ones.
Well, he trades with people too.
Oh, for real?
No. Yeah, he I don't know if he still has Jaws, but you're talking about Retro Ralph. He just got his spooky Evil Dead
nice.
today. He got King Kong the other day. Yeah, that guy makes like mad loot, and he also like traded all his arcades, so he's got like pinball money to play with, so he can afford to do that. Not all of us can. I'm at 2 pinballs, and if I buy another one, my wife
plus
will
his. I talk to him all the time.
leave me.
Plus his channel is at the point where like he's well known by everybody. Like he's got a big name. He drops a video, it's 50,000 views easily, like that. Like it's crazy. It doesn't matter what it is. But yeah, he's got connections to CERN, friends with him and stuff. I talk to him all the time. He's cool. He's a cool guy. Real cool guy.
Really nice guy. He's a really
Really nice. I you know what? I think he's from Jersey originally.
I think Rhode Island or Massachusetts or something like that.
Long Island.
I forget.
Long
It's
Island.
East Coast.
No,
definitely
it's
East
Long
Coast. We
Island.
bullshit all the time.
It's not. Yeah.
Because that's what he always like. We're East Coast Italians. He says it all the time to me.
Yeah.
And he was in my Extreme Gaming Cabinets video as Retro Randy.
Nice.
Yeah, Retro Ralph's a good guy. He's a good friend to the channel.
And people didn't understand that was a bit. Like they thought that was legit with what he was doing. I had him on as like he was in witness protection program kind of thing. Like he was in shadow. Just talk. He had the voice changer on his. It's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
What's up, Endgame?
Oh,
Yeah, spoilers.
Awesome.
Shh, no. So yeah.
Have you met his buddy Stringer Films?
No. Is that the guy who does the videos with him?
There's Mason that does the videos with him, Mason Conrad. But there's also another guy, Stringer Films, who's a complete nutcase. I love Stringer, but he's actually like a pretty acclaimed video guy himself. Like he does like professional TV and stuff.
That's
like,
got to be
for
where
jobs,
Ralph
so-
gets all his video
Yeah,
angles from. Man,
it's wild.
It's both frustrating and inspirational watching his videos because it just gives me encouragement to do better. Do you know what I mean? Like I edit all of our videos on my cell phone, and I do everything alone basically. Joe Cade was doing a lot of stuff with us, but he's on his own now, so it's just mainly me that's doing all the editing and stuff. And I do it all on my phone. So I watch his videos and I'm like, shit, it's like watching, like I don't watch it to watch the video. I watch it to see his camera changes, his transitions, what he's doing different. Like I'm watching to see what he's doing as far as his production value. His production value is always amazing. And that's because he, like me, he wanted to be an actor and he wanted to get into making films, and he get into the production side. So he knows how to do a lot of stuff. So I just watch it and copy.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, I
What up,
mean, a
Numi?
lot of what he does is attributed to Mason because Mason's like a boy wonder. But at the same time, even before Ralph had Mason,
Yeah, his production
he's still
value.
doing all
Yeah.
that stuff himself. Like he's got that talent himself. Yeah.
100%.
It's like I said, I watch his videos, him and my boy Chase Brogan. And I watch their videos, and I get encouraged to inspired to do better stuff. Step my game. Even with Joe Cade stuff that he's doing, I
See,
get inspired by to do better stuff by watching his edits and his videos.
100%. Like people from YouTube get so jealous. They're like, "Oh, he stole your angle and stuff like that." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"What are you,
really.
children? Like this
cares?
whole thing
Right.
is about learning. Like, you take inspiration from other people that you look up to and they're doing a better job. It's
Right.
not
It's
stealing. It's
you
you're
taking your
trying
angle.
to,
What does that even mean?
better
You stole your
yourself.
angle. It's a friggin' camera
Oh,
angle. You
there,
nerd.
there's some people that just say the craziest stuff. I don't know. Anyways, very similar to that. I don't know if you guys watch Cool Toy. Like, I'm just like in love with Cool Toy's like angles, the way he shoots his videos. I'm fascinated. Like, this guy will get a product, and he puts out like a review that would take me a week in the
That's cool.
matter of hours. Like, I don't know how he does it. Like, I've talked to him. He said he's got a process, but like, you want to talk about amazing
Oh, really?
cinematography, like great shots, lighting, camera angles, all that stuff.
I
Go
send
watch
me
Cool
his
Toy.
link me in
Guy is
Discord. I
just
want to check it
incredible.
out. I never heard of him. What does he do? He does
Yeah,
gaming reviews
How
or
have you?
toys or what does he do?
Well, he's like me. He covers
Okay,
whatever
so
he
I'm the same way.
wants. So like he covers mainly like he started with toys, but like he was really big in the arcade one up scene, but he got out of it. Like he's pretty close with Glenn Planamento, and when all that shit went down with arcade one up, he was kind of done with them. But on top of that, like he's really into pinball now. Like he's a awesome pinball player too. Like we're talking like regular, goes to
Nice.
tournaments and
Nice.
kicks ass. So he covers a lot of pinball, arcade restorations. Like he just did a bunch of stuff with what is it? Rec Room Masters did a couple of their builds, and then like he'll go buy old arcade cabinets and fix them up and stuff like that. Cool Toy will pretty much fill whatever need you have. Except I don't like the lightsaber videos, so I'll skip those. I don't watch the lightsaber
Wait,
videos.
what is it?
Lightsaber.
What is he doing?
Cool Toy.
Oh, he's just showing off his lightsabers?
Everything. No. He showed off a lightsaber someone
Oh,
sent
okay.
him.
Very nice. Yeah, I do the same thing, man. People are like, oh, you got to keep your channel this or that. I'm like, no, channel can be whatever the frig I want it to be. There's no such thing as your channel doesn't have a niche. You create the niche. Your channel doesn't have an algorithm. You create the algorithm for your videos. That's how it works. Your channel doesn't get assigned. That's not how it works.
They say that like if you want to grow, like you got to find a niche and you got to really stick with it. Like I remember when I was kind of out of YouTube for a little bit, and I was doing retro gaming stuff. I got approached because I was part of a multi-channel network. Do you guys remember those? They were a big thing about 7-8 years ago on YouTube. Like, so I was part of one called Screenwave Media. That's actually ran by the like angry video game nerd and stuff like that. It was actually a cool deal at the time. They only had like 10 channels, and I was one of the first channels, so I felt pretty special about that. But anyways, they approached me and they were like, "Yeah, what's your hook? Like, we're all getting in on the Nintendo Switch." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna keep making videos about the Nintendo." And they were like, "Oh, you're gonna miss out." And a lot of them that actually did that, focused on that, and planned on it, became huge channels. Like, have you ever heard of
Yeah,
beat 'em
yeah, yeah.
ups?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Woodhawker, he's got like almost 2 million subscribers now. But if you go back a couple of years ago, this was a guy just doing the same thing, making like game pickup
Mhm.
videos and stuff like that. He grabbed onto the Switch, grabbed onto it hard, and now he's set for life
That's
on
great.
I
YouTube.
like beat 'em ups.
But he also
I
makes
love him
really
a lot.
good
Yeah, he's one of my
videos
favorite
too,
streamers.
right?
Actually, he's like one of my favorite guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ralph is
Yeah.
actually one of my favorite streamers. That's why
Super nice
I
guy
watched
too.
Ralph got me buying Gunfry Art games, and I was like, and then I realized he was on Facebook, and I reached out, just DM'd him, and then I don't know, somehow I guess he took a liking to me. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot
He
of,
took a liking to me, and I started doing my
oh
own
no,
videos, and now we still shoot the shit. Hey, what's up, Silfredo and Chaotic? What's up? I want to say what's up to you guys.
yeah, he's
Really
a
genuine,
really nice guy,
kind
really
dude,
easy
yeah,
to
for
talk
sure.
to.
Really is a
Yeah.
sweetheart of a guy, and that's what.
Yeah.
When that shit went down with that other company, that's why I made that video, and it made me angry, and I didn't like people.
Other company.
I'll talk to you about it off the air. I don't want to bring it up on the air. It's that video that I mentioned about the V pin.
Oh,
The one
okay.
that he's in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. You can watch it. It's a
Yeah.
decent video.
Yeah, tell me later. Not a big deal.
So yeah, that went down when I saw them, picking on him and fucking with my buddy. That's when I was like, nah, we're not having that. We're not doing that. So then that's when I made the video. And then he's just been a cool dude, man. He's been like him and Chase Brogan have been kind of mentoring me on how to do the YouTube thing. I've only started doing YouTube the last year. I started it. My wife had went into rehab basically, and I started doing YouTube videos so that she could see that I was okay. And then I really, really liked doing the YouTube videos. And at first I was gearing it towards arcades are fun. And I'm like, why am I just targeting them? I could target more people. And then it just kind of, blew. I mean, I don't have a huge following subscribers, but it kind of blew up in the last year. I have almost 2,400 right now sitting at. And then, the goal was to try to
work.
We expanded 10 times our size when we started. We started with 130 or whatever it was, exploded to 2,000 something now. And I want to try and duplicate that in the same growth by next year. So by next year, I want to have 20,000. What's up, Rich Odello?
It's good to always set a goal, man.
Sure.
Oh, Rotundo is here. Hey, Rotundo,
What's up,
good
my
to
friend?
see you.
Brooklyn Menace. Are you Holyfield or John Bull?
I'm the guy getting my ass kicked on the left. Holyfield's tough to beat in this game, though.
Thank you, Sofredo. Sofredo's a buddy of mine from Facebook. What's up, buddy? And Spike is a friend of mine from real life.
Nice.
You guys doing better than me. I have 41 subscribers on YouTube.
Listen, I had 41 too, and so did Michael B before he blew up to 30 or 40,000, wherever he's got. You got what, 30 some thousand?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's weird how YouTube works. Like I was just like a really small channel for a long time, under 1,000. And I remember talking to like all the people I hung around with, and we were always like 1,000's the goal. Like that's the goal we want to reach, because we were all like stupid pickup channels and stuff like that. And anyways, I hit 1,000, and like they were all still low, and I was like, guys, it's not a big deal. Like doesn't
you're
mean
still the same
anything.
person,
It's not
right?
that big. But yeah. So then I did this video one day. I used to get a lot of attention on these
you got
top
no
10
sound, brother.
videos I was doing for like
Oh, boy.
NES and stuff.
There you
There
go.
you go.
There
I
you
got
go.
no
You're
sound.
back.
Okay, so I used to get attention for these top 10 videos I did, and I do them as like a yearly tradition or something like that. So my second year on YouTube, I did this video, top 10 NES hidden gems, and like shit went nuts. Like it's wild. You hit a video that just works really well, and I gained like 14,000 subscribers in the matter of like,
Nice.
That's
a
what I'm
week and a
hoping
half,
happens. I'm
right?
hoping like something blows up. Do you know what I mean?
Everybody running like Chaotic BPR's
Yeah.
page quick. Hurry up. He's only 38 away from 1,000.
Yeah, if you sub the Chaotix page if you're not, please.
Please.
Help him
We're
out.
running
I love Chaotic. You know what he says to people that are shitty, like
What?
horrible people? He calls them dirty asses. I just think that's so funny.
Chaotic's the man, bro. I love him.
Yeah, Brian's good people. It's funny you mentioned your wife was away. That's part of the reason I did this too. My wife, we had to separate, but not really separate for a couple of years, because she wanted to go to law school, and there's no law school here where we live, so she had to move to another province. We stayed together, but I was home alone, and I was like, how the fuck do I entertain myself? And that's kind of one of the big reasons why I
Nice.
started YouTube.
Yeah, my wife, she it became a problem in the last couple of years, and so she went and got the problem taken care of, and she's been sober for almost 2 years now. I'm proud of her, very proud of her. She's a wonderful woman, beautiful woman, wonderful woman. My life would be completely different without her, so I'm very proud of her.
Good for her, man.
Like I said, I always wanted to do. I've always wanted to act. I've always wanted to do movies. I've really wanted to do radio. I'm very big on radio. I grew up on Howard Stern and Opie and Anthony and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Shut up, Spike.
You got-
Spike's a lifelong friend of mine, guys. He's we work together. We're both firefighters.
Yeah, Vito, you got the perfect face for radio.
Yeah, I got the perfect face for radio. So like, I know I'm not ugly. I just got fat recently, so in the last couple of years, and I'm losing it. And I just wanted to, I wanted to chase my dream. I became a firefighter at old. I got 37 years old, became a professional firefighter, chased my dream for there. And I said, screw it. Why don't I just do YouTube? I could do it at home. I could do anything. I could film a goddamn ant and make it entertaining. So that's, what I do. And none of this is scripted. None of my stuff, none of my videos are scripted. I don't do any type of scripting. I just off the cuff, shoot from my hip. That's what we do with this thing. And I'm like, I see all these guys, and no offense to anybody who does it. They all talk. They're all talking heads. I'm like, I wasn't a big, I don't want to do just talking heads. So I'm like, let me introduce the gaming. So that's when I brought in the cabinet. Then I was doing it straight from my cell phone. I wasn't going to do editing. Then I realized I had to do editing. And then, just what I said that I wasn't going to do, I ended up doing it. So now we're doing this live stream once a week. I try to target. Doesn't matter who you are. I want to have you on. If you're a big channel, small channel, I don't care if you got 3 subscribers, 3 million subscribers. We've had big names on here. Chaos Moogle, Gen X Dad. You're pretty big. Chase Brogan. We've had some big channels. We had some small channels. I don't care who you are. I want to have you on. I want to talk to everybody. I want to try and build a community off of this shit and blow everybody the fuck up. That's the goal.
Why not?
Yeah, YouTube's interesting that way, right? Like, someone sent me something there the other day, and they mentioned, "Oh, this big channel made fun of you," or something like that. And I think people live in a vacuum sometimes, because I was like, I don't know who you're talking about. Like, there's channels out there with like 38 million subscribers. I've never seen them once. I don't
Right.
know what they're talking about. Like, you know, the world is small that way. Whether you got 3 subscribers, now you're playing an awesome game. That Ghostbusters is fantastic. So yeah, like that stuff happens. Like, you know, and it's good to. It doesn't matter if you've got like 400,000 subscribers. Like, you could have them on the channel, and you're still introducing them to new eyes,
Yeah.
new people.
Look, you could have 1 billion subscribers and still be an asshole. You know what I mean? As long as you're a good person.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you're a good person. I had Tony on
That's all that
here
really
from
matters.
Chaos Mobile. He's got a big UFO channel. 500,000 subscribers. Dude is, I love him. Him and Retro Ralph are my 2 absolute favorite YouTube channels. I wish Ralph would stop doing so much pinball shit, but I understand that's what he likes. I get it.
Hey, pinball stuff.
It's
Pinball stuff
okay.
is awesome.
Eh.
He does some
I
light
know.
gun stuff.
That's what got me
still
hooked. Like I
sometimes.
He was
said,
not a big pinball guy somehow. I don't know.
yeah, I'm not. Well, I'll explain it. I grew up super poor.
I
I grew
love
up super
pinball.
poor, like really poor. I didn't have money for video games. So like a pinball is a quarter eater, right? Like unless you really, to get good at pinball,
Yeah.
you got to drop the money, right? There's no way in hell I was wasting my $1.50 on a friggin' pinball machine when I could take that $1.50 and play something else that I know would last me half the day playing. So that's why, you know, I would never play pinball, because it would just, I suck really bad. I mean, I'm really bad at pinball.
Oh, and the games can
Yeah.
end so
Oh my
quick
God. Yeah.
too.
It's
Even
like
if
right
you're
down the
good,
middle every
like,
time.
sometimes you'll just
Right
have
down
an
the middle.
off
Like,
game.
son of a bitch. And it just
Yes.
irks me. So
So a lot of the same reason, like, pinball was expensive. If I went to the arcade, I tried to make my money work. I just never really got into pinball, but it was all this digital pinball stuff that got me into it. I didn't grow up poor. I grew up like middle class, upper middle class, and then really poor because my dad lost his job and just decided, well, I'm not going to work anymore. So, you know, I've seen both ends of that spectrum.
yeah, I was big. Yeah, in Brooklyn, yeah, I'm a huge O&A fan. I followed them since NEW days, like huge. As a matter of fact, the reason I bought Grand Theft Auto 3 was because of Opie and Anthony. And I tried to get Anthony to play Star Wars Galaxies with me, but he's a bit of a dick, so he didn't do it. But anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make this show similar to Howard Stern, similar to Opie and Anthony, with a Joe Rogan twist, and you throw in gaming, and that's essentially what this show is. So that's the whole concept and idea of this show is. And then while we're gaming, I wanted to game. Like everybody else talks, I want to game while we're talking. And that's what we're doing.
So are you playing this on just normal
Yeah, well,
difficulty?
I suck. I know.
Yeah.
No. It's just I'm going through this now myself. I just recently got a analog duo, so I can, you know, play a lot of this stuff properly, like the real consoles again. So I'm trying to go through and beat this on regular difficulty, but it's tough. I beat it on easy
Yeah,
a
this
long
game is
time
tough,
ago.
man.
I actually reviewed
That's,
this game
I
a
don't-
long time ago. But
I don't
it's
do games
it's
on
tough.
hard difficulty.
You get 10 continues.
Life's
and
supposed to be
that's it.
hard, not video games. You know what I mean? That's how I look at things.
Well, I recently switched. I used to be one of these guys that played like everything through story mode because I just wanted to play through it. But I found myself really bored. Like some games, like I played through Bayonetta 3 and I was just going through the motions, and I was like, this is awful. Like I'm not engaged, so I had to turn up the difficulty on like modern games. I wasn't
hear you
having
on
fun
that.
anymore.
Yeah.
Some retro games, honestly, easy's
Oh,
not
God,
easy.
yes.
I'm going to be honest with you. Easy's still real
Yeah,
fucking
especially
hard.
some of the friggin' games,
Do
man.
you do a lot of playthroughs and stuff like that?
Not really playthroughs, but like I do gameplays and stuff like that. Like it's funny. Like people always say like, oh, these guys don't game; they just talk. But like if you watch my channel, then they complain that I'm live too much, actually playing games. I'm like,
Yeah,
"What the
really.
fuck am I?"
It's your channel. You do what you want, and that's like with YouTube. I look at YouTube as 4 separate entities. Okay, you've got your live content, then you've got your long form content, then you've got your shorts, and then you've got your community posts. And it's literally 4 separate entities. And if you look at it like that, then you can kind of attack it in
Yeah.
4 separate ways. Like my shorts audience is way different than my live audience, is way different than my long form audience. And everybody just replies to the bullshit post that I put up. So it's just, I don't know how you look. That's how I look at YouTube, is I target it in different ways, and I have different, like I'm a firefighter in real life. So I'll put firefighter content. I will put Gen X content. I'll put things that I find funny on here. I put these new tips and tricks videos that I'm doing where it's tips and tricks with a twist. So you think you're watching, a Super Mario tips and trick, but I hook you in. You're like, what the hell did he just say? So I'll send those to you. I think they're fun. I know those could blow up. I just got to get those spread. So if you guys don't mind sharing those in the audience, you guys want to watch them, share them, please. I think they're hilarious. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get this shit to blow up. I want to do reviews. We were doing a show called Arcade Crashers, where we basically go to an arcade and crash it and rate it. Kind of like, you know, Dave Portnoy is the guy with the pizza, one bite, everybody knows the rules.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so same exact
he's
concept.
awesome.
Literal same exact concept. We show up, we crash the arcade, we film our experience, we rate it, and we dip. And so that's what we do. So that's what we're doing. We have 5 episodes so far, and I have to edit this one that I did with the audio screwed up. I'm going to put it out as like the lost episode and kind of like alter the audio a little bit. But I want to get it back into start doing them, getting back into doing them because they were a lot of fun. So we just got to find the time, because then we got to find time out of here to go do it. And that's, you know, getting 4 people together to go out and film something like that's a bit of a pain in the ass.
It's tough, man.
It's tough, man. Time is the enemy of YouTube. Like when you got a serious job, when you got kids, when you got a family, when you got other stuff going on, like sometimes you're gonna make choices. Like tonight, I'm here with you guys. I'm gonna do anything else.
Yeah,
I'm going to
man,
bed
I hear
after
ya.
this. I know my friends in the VR world aren't gonna be very happy
Me
about
too. I
that,
got-
but
got friends-
Did you normally live stream tonight on Wednesdays?
No, I didn't live stream, but like the way my world is right now, like this is literally the only time I either have to game.
Oh,
or
brother,
have
I thought it was
to,
just me, man.
You know,
I'm the same way.
do something.
At nighttime?
But
Yeah.
like that's
Every
the way it
night
is.
at
Like my
8 o'clock,
my
I
wife.
get online with my friends and we play for a couple hours,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's like our time, you know?
That's it.
Yeah, I
that's,
hear ya.
that's life.
Yeah, I have 2
That's
kids as
all I
well, so
get.
I feel you.
Yep.
I have
And
3
young
yes.
kids
I have,
too, right? Like
I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Yeah,
I got a 3-year-old
Nice.
and an 8-year-old, and we
Oh,
we
yeah.
had
How
kids
old are you?
late. So
How old are you?
yeah, I'm 44.
Yeah, I'm
gonna be
43.
45
So
this
same
year.
thing.
Yeah,
you did the same thing.
Yeah, you did the same thing. We made
boy. Yep.
terrible
Bad
choices,
idea.
Mike.
yeah. I started at I was 30 when I got married, and you know, we thought we'd wait a couple of years before we had kids, and then on my birthday it was a good time. Went to go see Jim Norton, and afterwards had a little too much to drink, too much fun. Decided not to pull out, and there's my son. He's 17 now, and then she decided that she would get pregnant 4 times in 5 years, within 5 years. So we had our kids. Yeah,
You got a lot of kids, and they're all
wow.
grown pretty
Yeah.
much. So
there's 4 of them. My
Oh, you're
oldest is
lucky, see?
17, and then you got
Yeah.
15, 14, and 12. And they've all got their own personalities. I've got 1 boy and 3 girls. The boy's the oldest, and the 3 girls is like raising the 3 Stooges, man. I swear to God, they beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Like I thought girls were like sweet as pie. Nope, mine are rough and tumble, and they
Nope.
beat the shit out
Oh
of each
my
other.
god.
If you watch the live streams, you'll see them.
Yep.
I'm sure at least 1 or 2 of them will come down here at some point tonight and invade my live stream. They've had it
Yep.
crash. They've stepped on plugs. They've frozen. It's been fun. But I love them to pieces, man. They keep my life. They keep me on my toes. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. It's interesting. I've got like a lot of friends that are like the same age as me. Like you know
Mhm.
my buddy P Dubs, and like he'll post things up. He's like, "How do you finish games so fast?" And I'm like, "You motherfucker! Like,
Yeah,
you
really.
have no
Yeah.
kids at home. Like you have your whole life to yourself, and you're asking me how I finish games so quick. How do you finish games
Right.
so slowly?"
It's all the time in the world having, motherfucker. What are you doing? Like you serious?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he goes home-
Maybe if you weren't ursing around so much
He
online,
goes
you
home
could
and there's
play games.
silence. He doesn't go home and hear, why did you put cat shit in my bed? Do you know what I mean? You don't hear random weird things.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you don't hear random nonsense or screaming for no reason. Or, listen, I have to work tomorrow. Your friends are sleeping over. Try and keep it down. And at midnight, they decide to have a tap dance competition in my hallway. That's what it sounds like, you know?
Yeah, I'm lucky. I'm not there yet.
Or, you know, you said a 3 and an 8-year-old.
Just the
So you
2
can
kids
have
are enough right
like
now.
unnecessary conversations like, please close the car door. Why should I have to have this conversation?
Please close the car door. Please close the car door. You know what my life was like on Saturday? My wife worked all day. My life was me saying 3,000 times, get off the TV stand, get off the TV stand, get off the TV stand. That's that was my life.
You got to get a water pistol and just squirt her with.
No, but it's tough, man.
Yeah. So and things were so different when we were kids, man. Like I remember, like I actually, funny enough, I moved into the same area I grew up in as a kid. So like I remember these streets. There's all kinds of paths. We used to be out on bikes, playing with other kids in the neighborhood. And kids don't do that shit anymore. Like my parents used to be like, "Yeah, well, it's 7 a.m. You guys should get the fuck out of the house.
Get out.
You can't do that, right?
Not anymore, man.
Get out and don't come back till later."
Now the kids are addicted to all this fucking technology. It's ridiculous.
It's a double-edged sword because there's a lot of weird shit going on in the world. A lot of weird, creepy pedophiles that are doing stupid shit to kids. And you know, I made my kids paranoid, man. They see a car pull up in the driveway, they run to the house. I'm like, good, that's what I want because I don't need you. My kids are all super attractive, and I don't need them being targets because you know I decided to be lazy.
Yeah, all kidding aside, like we had a similar thing. Like one of my friends from high school posted today on Facebook, like our local mall. He had his daughter there, and he went to pick her up, and yeah, she had this older man like come up to her and try to say, you know, add me to Snapchat, and the dude was like super creep, hiding behind vending machines, watching her get into the car with her dad. So of course he went.
Yeah, I'd have choked the shit out of the guy. You kidding me? I'll kill you. Get away from my child.
It would have been game over.
I'm not even
for
playing
me,
around
man.
a little bit. I will fuck somebody up in a
for
heartbeat.
me.
Like I'm not playing.
He kept his cool. He just talked to the guy and then talked to security. Security would have been talking to me.
I'm
if
not a
that was
little
me.
guy either. I'm a big fucking intimidating guy, and I don't play I don't play games when it comes to my children. I will hurt you. There's no questions asked. You're getting hit. Like I'm not even worried. Nope. I'm putting you right to sleep. You're near my daughter. You're gonna die because that's what you have to do. Sorry. Nope. Not happening. You're not raping my child. You're not gonna stalk my house. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, but
you just hit a nerve.
like,
I'm ready to fight somebody right now. My God.
No, but like it's 100%. It's 100% like what we were talking about earlier. Because like when I was like 10, man, I was in the mall by myself. Like my parents didn't even know where I was half the time. But we can't do that anymore because there's.
And you know
this
what's crazy
shit
is this
out
shit happened when we were kids too, but you didn't hear about it so much because you didn't have social media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's
For
probably
sure,
just
for
as
sure
bad,
it is,
we
but
just
you didn't
realize
have that
it wasn't
instant
on the
access.
forefront.
The only good thing about it is now I can just pull up my phone and I can see my kid is here, and you know what I mean. That's great. Like you said, I'd be out on my skateboard, and I grew up in a bit of the an urban area, impoverished, very high crime area. I'd be out on my skateboard, man. You wouldn't see me till 10 o'clock at night. I'm just out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You couldn't reach me. Now
The only time I had to come home was when the lights came on, the street lights.
and they all got cell phones. I know it's stupid, but I at least I can track them. I can reach my kids at any time. And when all this weird, crazy bullshit school shooting nonsense that's going on, my kids know, get the fuck out of that school. Like, get on that phone, call dad. I'll be there in 10 minutes to handle business.
Cell phones. When I was young, we didn't even have internet.
Mike, do you like shmups?
Yeah, of course.
Go to G, look for Gyres. Gyres.
The Gyres.
That's what you want to play.
Whoa.
There it is. Oh, go back up. Just above Game Ground.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good
nice.
one.
That's
Yeah,
the one
Of course,
you
I
want
love
to
these
play.
games like Life Force and stuff like that, and I like all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this has a cool mechanic where you can suck in the other plane's powers, I think, if I'm correct. But it's been a while since I played it. Good renovation shooter.
Look, J-Rod, I'm not knocking you, and I'm not knocking P-Dub. It must be nice to come home and just hear silence. Like,
Oh God, I wish.
Oh yeah. Now, see, at the same time, I had that for a long time. As much as I shit on
Of
it
course.
now, but like,
Of course.
in my
I'm gonna be crying like a bitch
all
when
my
my kids
20s
leave.
and all
Like
my
a
30s.
bitch. I'm a very sentimental dude.
All my 20s and all my 30s, I had no kids. I had all that time to dick around and do whatever I wanted. So, as much as
Sometimes I
complain
wish
about
that
it
we had
now,
them sooner.
yeah,
I really
wouldn't
do,
trade it for
because
anything.
then they'd be grown right now. But I mean, we're almost done, and I got it. I got snipped, so there's no chance of oopsie. Because I'm telling you right now, if I didn't have that little snippy snip, I'd have like 11 kids right now. Because bro, I looked at her sideways. She got pregnant. I'm not even kidding you. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, my grandfather had my mother, she had 10
Wow.
brothers and sisters, 11 kids total. And we asked my grandfather about it, and he was like, we were like, Pop, like, how the fuck did you keep having kids? And he was like, let me tell you about it. Condoms were expensive and it got real cold here.
Not only that, like my wife's hot as shit. I'm not even gonna bullshit. My wife's a very attractive woman. I mean, I couldn't keep my hands off her. To be honest with you, we bang like rabbits.
That's good.
I got the sex drive of a 15-year-old boy right now. It's bad. It's never changed. It's pretty bad. And she looks like Angelina Jolie. She's hot as fuck. She really is.
Wow. Lucky dude.
Yeah, this is pretty sick. I see what you're saying. You throw that thing out, it grabs the guy, and then you get his power. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. This game's fantastic.
I like this game. I think I played this before.
Oh man.
Yeah, like there's a renovation collection out on Evercade where it's also on. The emulation's really good on that. And I think this game might actually be on the At Games Legends Ultimate because they released a renovation pack, and I think this might be one of the games included. It's not an arcade game, but it's a fucking awesome game.
100%.
That's dope, J-Rod. That really is dope.
What?
He said everything's paid off. Peace and quiet is nice. And the fact that everything's paid off.
Yeah. Can I borrow some of his money?
Yeah. loan me $5. So, Mike, what do you do? You mind me asking you what you do in your like for work, or is that like off limits?
No, not at all. No, not at all. I don't give a shit. I work for a not-for-profit charity. I'm the executive director of the branch here. So we help people with spinal cord injuries. Like after we don't do the research side or any of that shit. We're not looking for the cure. What we're doing is we're trying to help people right after an injury get back into society. So they go to a rehabilitation clinic, and the doctors help them like with their physical rehabilitation. But what we try to do is help them with their community rehabilitation. We do stuff where we, pair them up with a person that is called a peer mentor, somebody that's already had an injury, integrated back into society, and kind of be there to answer questions and give them support from somebody that's been there. The worst thing you can do is like me, able-bodied person, go in and tell somebody that just had a spinal cord injury, like, yeah, everything's gonna be fine, man. Life's great.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you
not.
really
It's
need to
not.
hear it
You need the
from
truth.
somebody who's
You need the
been
truth.
there
You
and done
don't
that,
need. You don't
right?
need sugarcoating.
Yeah.
At all. You need the truth. It's
No.
100%.
So yeah, I like what I do. I mean, I'm not in the field doing the work, so I don't take any credit from it. I'm a business administrative person, so I do that, and I also do a little bit of work for the national organization. I do some of their accounting. So yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
interesting stuff.
That's great. But yeah, no, you're right. You need. It's like the people that get the gender reassignment surgery. It's fine that you're getting it, but they need to be told about the setbacks. Like, it's not an easy surgery. It's a life-altering surgery. You never do anything the same again. Such as simple as like going to the bathroom, and it's just crazy that they just, these people they need help, not just to have their body nip tucked and cut to pieces. I'm not saying that's not going to help them, but they don't give them a lot of the mental help that they need, and they don't give them a lot of the mental fortitude, and a lot of them end up committing suicide and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't compare to what you're doing and saying, but it's the truth. Like, you don't just give people these crazy surgeries for nothing.
There's a similarity here because there's a medical assistance in dying program that we have a lot of problems with from our sector, because they tell people, as soon as they have a spinal cord injury, they're like, well, you can, go through medical assistance in dying. And that's not what it's supposed to be for. It's for people that are critically ill that, basically the only reason that you would have medical assistance in dying is to ease pain. But like somebody with a spinal cord injury, they tried to like basically let them do it after, I don't know, it was like 3 months or something after their injury. They can make that decision.
Serial killer runs that society, dude. That's insane.
No, some stuff, like somebody with like that's in constant pain and their life is agony. Like I would never do it. I get it. But like someone with a spinal cord injury, it could take up to as many as 2 to 5 years before you find out what your quality of life's going to be like. So really, they need some
time.
Real time and real information from other people that have been there and done that before they
You
make
need time to heal. Don't just here you go. It's not working this week, so here's a friggin' bullet and a needle. Let's go to sleep. No, that's insane. That's serial killer nonsense right there. That's crazy. Like I know Canada. Canada has the assisted. And again, I get it. Someone who's got terminal cancer, someone who's like Someone who's like just a head on a fucking stand. Like, dude, that's no quality of life. Someone who's stuck
Yeah.
inside their head in a wheelchair. Like, I get it. Like, do you want to live that way? Is that, it's your choice. But yeah, just assuming that someone wants to kill themselves because they had a spinal, give them a chance to get better. That's nutty. That is beyond nutty.
Yeah, yeah. Like, luckily, it hasn't been a big issue yet. But like, we hear stories of like doctors suggesting it to people, which can't be true. But we're still getting that. It's just nuts.
Makes
It's
you
horrible.
wonder if your pharmaceutical companies in Canada are giving money. It's kind of like here with the doctors. If XYZ amount of their patients aren't vaccinated, they don't catch bonuses. So that's why these doctors promote all these vaccines for everyone and everything, because they catch all these $100,000 bonuses. If you're not 60% compliant with your patients having all these vaccines and stuff, and I'm not anti-vax, but that's the truth. Like, some of this stuff's not good for you. And a lot of them, a lot of these vaccines never had placebo tests, which is fucking crazy to me. How do you give a medication and you're not really testing it right? These pharmaceutical companies lie. Let me get off my soapbox, but that's the truth. It's disgusting.
Oh,
it's disgusting.
yeah. I mean, like, medicine's one of those weird things. And like, I'm from Canada, so I believe that, help
For
should be
sure.
available to everybody, regardless of how much money you
100%.
have or
I agree
whatever
with you.
insurance you have. But I watched this video the other day, one of these pharmaceutical entrepreneurs, and he actually bought like this AIDS medicine that was selling for like I don't know, like 50 cents a dose, and raised it
Yeah,
up to
'cause he's a piece of shit.
$5,000 a dose. And he justified it. He was like, "Are you telling me that's a bad business decision? I mean, obviously, I'm in business to make money, but like, not at the expense of somebody else's fucking
I'm all for
life."
capitalism, but if something's going to save somebody's life, if you have the cure to cancer, give it out, release it, cure cancer.
Yeah.
Because you'll make money off the back end off of that in another way. Like, and like you said, did you need to raise it to $5,000 a pill? You couldn't do $100 a pill. Like, it's fucking insane. And I'm a big cap.
That's
Right.
That's the markup, right? It was
It's
50
crazy.
cents a pill.
And
for
I'm
$5,000 a pill.
I'm
Like, what the
capitalism to the
fuck?
max. I'm as American, pro America, pro capitalism as they come. Like,
Ridiculous, though.
I bleed red, white, and blue. You know what I mean? I'm a big. I lean a certain way politically, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's selfish. You can still make your profit and cut the price. You don't have to kill people in the long run.
I've never seen bug riders
Well,
before.
we're
What
gonna
the
see it
fuck
now.
is that?
And then in a lot of these companies, they their goal is to keep you sick. I guess not. Your goal is to keep you sick.
What?
You said you want to see bug riders.
Was it?
Whoa, yeah.
Bug riders.
Oh,
Well, no, I didn't say I wanted to see bug riders. I've
Oh,
never seen it before.
stupid. Looks so stupid.
That Bugs Bunny in water.
Yeah,
So that's my issue with the drug companies. Their goal is to keep people sick, and they
Yeah.
lie. When these companies have the biggest lawsuits in the world and paying out billions and billions of dollars for killing people or hurting people, it's not okay. You just watch this happen with that clot shot that got rolled out. People are getting fucked up on it, and they were lying. That's not. And then they're lying, and then they're making people who are speaking out about it to be conspiracy theorists. It's crazy.
Yeah. Stupid shit.
if you want to try another shmup, try Einhander on the PlayStation. Einhander is absolutely fantastic.
EI.
Yep, EI. Einhander. Right there after Ergies.
There you go.
There you go. It's a square shmup, and it is
Square. Wow, really? That's interesting.
badass. Great music.
Square Enix.
Square, yeah. No, Squaresoft is like the
Squaresoft. Yeah.
it's like the company makes like Final Fantasy and stuff.
Yeah. It used to be Square Enix, though, isn't it?
Used to be SquareSoft, and then they
Enix,
bought out
right.
Enix, which was another
Yeah.
RPG like company. That they bought them out because they were the holders of the Dragon Quest license. So
And they had
merged
another game
companies.
that they played. It was pretty cool. I forget the damn name of it, but I was obsessed with it. It was on PlayStation. It was you were like a god or some shit. I forget the name of it. I'll find it eventually. I'll have to scroll through all 1,700 copies or titles. I thought it was ActRaiser, but I don't think it's ActRaiser.
No, ActRaiser Super Nintendo.
I love ActRaiser. That game was the bomb.
The first one was.
Yeah,
The
very
second
true.
one, not so much. Hey,
Hey,
Gallagher
what's
guy
up, Gallagher
here.
guy?
You guys like Gallagher guy?
guy's the man. Yes, sir. What's up, Gallagher guy?
Brooklyn Menace going back. Do you guys ever hear of the iArcade? Do you know what
What is
that
it?
is? iArcade. It was an arcade console that was pretty big in the home arcade scene for a while. It was really intriguing because it was actually one of the better built arcades that came out for the whole home arcade side. Really good music. Sound system was excellent on it. Had a 19-inch screen, but it had a very eclectic line of games. They went from everything from classic arcade games to like modern games, like games you wouldn't think work on an arcade cabinet. So like they had Wonders of Ease 1 and 2 on this, action RPG on this arcade cabinet. They had a first person shooter. Yeah, it was weird, but it worked, man. Anyways, Brooklyn was a huge fan of the iArcade, and they had this horrible game that was free on PC called Beersis that they released on it. This is when the company was on a downward path and they couldn't get really good titles. But yeah, Beersis. I did
These
not
graphics
like
are pretty good.
Beersis.
It's PlayStation. What do you expect?
Oh yeah,
I expect them to be a little shittier, but these
No,
are
PlayStation
pretty
graphics-
good for PlayStation. Yeah,
PlayStation graphics are pretty good, man.
wow, I'm pretty impressed. This is a
Game's
cool
actually
game.
pretty phenomenal.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it,
pretty good. Did you play it before?
No.
You seem to have because you like evened off with the guy, just like
Yeah, because I know shmups.
Yeah, it's basic shmups. Like basically, when you take these down, you can steal their guns. And
I didn't know they had a name to them.
It'll get hard in
That's
a
what
minute.
she said. I didn't know they had a name to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole type. You have a whole category in your machine.
Shmups.
Shmup.
Shmups, shoot 'em
Oh,
ups.
They have vertical. They have side scrolling like this.
Yeah, I like the vertical ones. Are pretty cool.
Alright, yeah.
The side scrolling ones are pretty sweet too.
Okay, yeah, you got a little hard there. I agree.
What's your favorite type of game to play, Mike?
Regular game. I like going back to the retro stuff. I like
Same.
action platformer. That's always
Like
what brings me to the
Castlevania?
dance.
Shit like that.
Yes.
Yep.
Castlevania,
Yep,
Mega
yep.
Man, and then if you want to get interesting, like you can go with a game like Wampum. Wampum on the NES is fantastic. Games like Shatterhand, Kickmaster, so
Very
many
nice.
good games. Arcade, I'm all over the place with arcade. Like I started out like obviously I'm a late 80s 90s guy, so like I like a lot of beat 'em ups, and but when I started playing arcades more, I started really getting into the old 80s score chasing games and stuff like that. Like that really caught my attention more. Like I can play a beat 'em up any day of the week, but I'm just going through the motions, and it's just something that kind of like
Mhm.
shut your brain off and just have some stupid fun. But like then you play something like Centipede, Pac-Man, Robotron, and it's a
Yep.
whole different experience. It's very
Centipede
short
and Spy
bursts.
Hunter. I tried playing
it's
Spy
all
Hunter
about-
again. Now I'm like, I can't get past the first 5. I don't understand how bad I am at that game. That was my first arcade game I ever played.
Damn.
But I never played it in an arcade. I used to play it at the bodegas. We had the bodegas on the corner, and they had, every couple
Yep.
weeks they would get new games in. That's how I played a lot of these arcade games. Was the bodega on the street corner, and it was Spy Hunter.
Yeah, so I found with the classic arcade games, like it was weird. I would play them for like 5 and 6 hours, and it was so important just to get like the incremental increase in your score from one game to the next, like learning different
Right.
patterns and stuff like that. Like I fell in love with that for a little while, and that's all I wanted to do. Like just really stupid. I bought the arcade one up Star Wars, and there'd be days where I did nothing except play that. And then you get like friends that also have it, and you go back and forth, and like you're posting messages on social media to each other. Like they're like, "Oh, I just beat your score," and I was like, "Oh, well, that's rough." But I actually toppled my own score by quite a bit earlier today, and I've been waiting for
Yeah,
them to
right.
write me.
That's funny. I'm sorry. Not you only because of you. I didn't sleep too much last night.
What consoles do you play on now? Like current gen?
Yeah. Do you like next gen stuff?
Everything. PC, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch. Lately, the Xbox has been getting
Yeah,
the
man.
most use, believe it or not. But Oblivion
Oh, so good.
Remastered just came out, and I burned through
So
that in
good.
less than a
Really?
week. Started playing Clear Obscure.
Oh, my
yeah,
god,
yeah.
Expedition 33, sick.
So how are the graphics on
Yeah.
Oblivion? Is it like they did
Oh,
for?
it's sick. They remastered the entire game.
So it's like they did for Silent Hill
Unreal 5.
2. Like Silent Hill 2, they remade the game from
Yeah,
start to
Same
start,
thing.
from
But
top
they
to
left,
bottom.
you know what I like about that? They left all the stupid stuff in, like the glitches and stuff. They left it in there
For Silent Hill or for Oblivion?
for Oblivion.
Oh, very nice. But the graphics are stepped up.
For
And
Oblivion.
it's just better gameplay.
Like all graphics are stepped up. There is some artifacting at times you can see. Like there was times I was walking through like just like a grassy area, and I would notice these weird like artifacts on screen. It was almost like the sun hitting my blade. There was some weird shit like that, but I mean, the game was beautiful. It looked good. It maintained everything that made the original game special. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
just
like it
got
too.
hooked and played right through that. Gave up
What
everything
about
else I was doing.
light guns? You like light guns and stuff like that, and light gun games?
I like some light gun games. Like I got Terminator
Oh, of
2
course.
Arcade 1-Up, which isn't exactly the original because like you're playing with a light gun instead of, that
The
I
mounted
forget what
gun.
it said.
The original
It's
was
more
like a mounted
mouse
gun.
gun.
Yeah,
the
it was like
original
a
has.
Uzi. Two Uzis.
Yeah, it was a mounted gun, but it used a
It
whole
uses
different
line,
a rail shooter.
it
different
uses like
style.
line of sight though. It doesn't use like sensors.
Yeah. So, anyways, that one, I have like a Sinden that I play some stuff on, but I don't play a lot of the more modern stuff. I actually just got a gun sent to me by a new company coming out called Jarhead,
Okay.
and
Yes, the wireless one.
I
Yeah,
did a
I
review
saw
on it that
P-Dub. P-Dub had him, right?
people didn't like. Yeah, yeah, it's a wireless light gun, but it, it, it it's all based on the the sensors. So I had a really hard time trying to review it because I wanted it for my arcade. That was my purpose. But you got to be like so many feet away from the TV for it to actually work. It
Mhm.
doesn't work otherwise. And I know some light guns, like you have to be a little bit from the TV. But we're talking like I have a 55-inch screen there. Like I had to be like 10 feet away from the TV for the gun to
Really?
register. And I was like,
Yeah,
that's
no,
not
that's
going to work
lame.
for me.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not
want to
good,
do
yeah.
that.
You're better. Honestly, you're better off either. It depends if you don't mind spending the money. If you don't mind spending the money, you're gonna want to go for Gun for AR. That's hands down. They make the best light guns.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that. Like I'm pretty happy
If
with my
if
Sinden
you
right
do
now. But
if you do
yeah,
mind spending the money, then you go retro shooter. And you get the Reapers because they got the better accuracy. They got the recoil going on now. The P-Dub had them. He should have got sent a new box of them, I think, because they basically sent. So what they did was they sent 6 models. They sent 6 what the hell are the words? What's the word? Prototype. They sent 6 prototypes to 6 different creators.
yeah,
One of the creators sent me their prototype, and then I believe because I just realized they sent all those people out new sets of full sets of the retro shooter Reaper gun. So Mad Little Pixel, Chase Brogan, who's the one that sent me his, Retro Ralph, P-Dubs, some Spanish guy, I forget his name, but he's got a Wicked Gamer or something like that. Who was the 6th guy?
Oh no, I know who you're talking about. LP Dubs.
Oh, you call him
LP
LP Dubs?
Dubs.
that's
P-Dubs
fucking
Spanish
funny.
channel.
That's actually funny. Yeah. So they sent him 6 people, and I actually ended up doing a 7th video because Chase Brogan sent me his copy. But the problem is that the prototypes are prototypes and they don't work as well as they should. And I use 2 light gun drives from either Chris Coolmod or I use the one from Jason Baker to use those because they just automatically work with light guns. I don't got to worry about it. So that's what I was going to say. Get yourself a pair of Reapers and then hit up Coolmod or Jason Baker for a drive. And then it's great because it's plug and play. It's straight up plug and play. They have 2 great drives.
Here you go, Vito. Here's a shmup.
This is cool. I like this one. But yeah, the retro shooter Reapers are pretty good. I would definitely go with Gun for AR. And Raymond just recently lowered his prices. So if you're able to, get the GunCon 2s that have the better price for $250, something like that.
Do you play any?
Well,
Go
I'm
ahead,
not.
sorry. No, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I was gonna say I'm not really in a
Gotcha, I hear
buying
you.
place right now because kind of spent all my money
hear you.
early in the year before all the tariff
you.
impact
I hear
hit.
Do you play any battle royale games on like Xbox or like any team deathmatch type games?
Nah, I never got into that stuff. Like I don't know why, but I was never really like much of an online gamer. The only time that I really got into it was they started adding online to the arcade games. I played Mario Kart
Oh, of course,
8
yeah, Switch.
online
From
a
Techno
lot,
Parrot?
and
No, Switch.
Oh, Switch.
Switch.
Oh, I thought it was
Pardon?
Techno Parrot.
yeah, no. Switch,
nice.
and then since I got really into the MetaQuest 3 and stuff like that, we play this stupid walkabout
Oh
mini
my
golf
God,
all
great
the
game.
time, and it's yeah, it's a great game. It's so dumb, but the online aspect of it is what really makes it special. Like just being in a room with people, being able to just shoot the shit like we're doing right now, except you're playing mini golf the whole time, and it's
I actually bought
pretty
the mini
fucking
golf
fun.
thing you hold in your hand, like the stick.
Oh, you
Yeah,
about to
'cause
stick and
it makes the
everything?
game feel so
Yeah.
much more better, like with the, you know what I mean?
Wait, you can actually play with like a golf club?
Yeah, you get like a little golf club and you play with it. Yeah,
That's
you hold
kinda-
it, so it
that's
makes it
kinda-
feel like more realistic.
That's interesting. I'm not.
Quest 3 is awesome. Dude. I love the Quest 3. It's so
I'm
much
sorry, I
fun.
just can't do golf. I just think it's a sport for old men.
They just said they're not coming out with a new quest. It's actually they're gonna keep the 3 for now.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh, nice. People were going on
No,
rumors
nothing
about
this
a new
year.
Quest.
Not this year
This
anyway.
is just mini golf, like putt, right? Not golf.
no mini golf. He's talking about mini golf.
No, I get it. I know. I just like everyone's like, oh, Golden Tee, Golden Tee, and I never played. We should play Golden Tee. I've never actually played Golden Tee.
Yeah, that game sucks.
That's what I say. I'm just not a golf guy, bro. I grew up playing goddamn real
Golden
football.
Tee's all right. I mean, if I'm gonna play a game like that with a trackball, I'd rather play like a bowling game or
These are
something.
good graphics too.
You know,
What system is this?
PC. What's cool? And I was gonna say something. I forgot what now though. Shit. Oh yeah, Quest's got a lot of good games. Did you play that new Aliens game? That game's ridiculous.
Not on Quest. I bought it on PlayStation VR 2, so I played a little bit of it. And yeah, it's really good.
Game. What other Quest games you have?
I went nuts Christmas time. I pretty much bought everything while I was on sale. Like everything you can think of. I've got Metro Awakening, which I'm kind of playing right now. I'm also playing through. Played all the way through Batman.
Yeah, Batman's
like,
good
I just
game.
couldn't put that down. Batman was incredible. Also playing Asgard's Wrath 2. That's really good. Started playing the Vader Immortal Star Wars series the last couple nights. And I bought them because they were all on sale for May the 4th day. So they were like $3.50 US,
Wait, what is it?
$5 Canadian.
Star Wars game.
And I was like, oh, well.
What Star Wars games?
There's a whole bunch. What are you kidding me? On the Quest?
Yeah, well, there's a ton of Star Wars VR
Okay,
games.
I have to check them out.
So I've already played through Tales of the Galaxy Edge, like enhanced edition on PlayStation, but I'm playing through the Vader Immortal games now.
The Vader Immortal games.
People
Vito,
were like, "Oh, they're so
you would
short."
die
I
for
was
these
like,
games, dude. Pretty sure the writers of the actual movie did part in the game.
Hold on, which movie?
I'm not sure. I don't remember which one.
Because I don't.
Like, not the Disney one, please.
not the new, not the sequel trilogy, not the sequel trilogy.
We don't speak of those in my house.
But I heard they're making a new Star Wars game for Quest. Actually, I heard they're working on a new one.
Is the Force?
Oh, wow.
Is the Force female in it?
Sewer Shark.
Oh, Sewer Shark. Yeah, I beat it recently on stream. What a nightmare.
Sewer Shark.
Yeah, Mike actually. Yep, might be.
Yeah,
Sewer Shark, yeah.
Yeah, that game sucks.
Yeah, I am a. What's
love
up,
Sewer-
Chief
Yay!
Quimby?
Hey, what's up?
So what you're telling me is you're like Diego, and we'll like know when you never announce.
Yeah, because every time you go on a Techno Pirate stream now, they're announcing a new Golden Tee. Yeah, I know.
Bro.
I had enough Golden Tee. I'm good.
I'm not a golf guy. I grew up playing like.
But I don't need 14 Golden Tee. I don't need Golden Tee 2012, 2013, 2014. I'm good, bro. 2012's fine. They didn't change anything.
I grew up playing actual football, right? So like to me, if you're playing golf, it's because you're an older man and you can't play football no more. And it's not me knocking. And I refuse to accept the fact that I no longer play football. I'm not going to let myself play golf. I just can't. I'm not doing it.
If I want to play golf, I'll go outside and play it.
I'm just not playing golf, period. I'd rather play football.
So I love Sewer Shark, and this is not the best version
3DO.
of it. It's actually the Panasonic 3DO has the better version, but the music's shittier. I prefer the Genesis music.
I
The
agree.
Sega CD music.
But yeah, I was a huge full motion video guy. When this shit came out, I was so addicted to all the games. Like this, Night Trap, Double Switch, all these games are so iconic to me.
And
even like the after games like Tomcat,
oh my God, Ground Zero
Tomcat Alley
Texas
and Fahrenheit.
Oh my
and Firefighting
God, all
Game.
those games are so good.
Johnny, what's up, Johnny? Johnny just said Golden Tee's about getting hammered, drunk, and spinning the trackball
Until it breaks. Or until you smash the TV with your hand, whatever comes first.
Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. If you like light gun games, because you said you liked a couple of them, but if you wanted to actually get into light gun games, not saying to go buy shit, but like if you're on Facebook, if you're not a part of the Light Gun Lunatics Facebook group, you really should be.
Yeah.
Especially if you like light gun games, because that is the Facebook group to be in.
And the Arcade Lunatics Facebook as well. They have so many good
100%.
free builds, and it's just amazing.
They got good
Me
free
and Johnny are
builds.
working on a big light gun drive coming out soon, like a light gun build.
Good free builds and a bunch of other like just ideas for games to play. They always put up new marquees to get, and yeah, those are two of the Facebook groups that I like to go into. Those two,
Retro Racing Lunatics.
Retro Racing Lunatics. They're all together, and then you've got Retro Gaming Hysteria is another one, and then what the hell's the other one? It's Arcade Brigade as well, and then Digital Arcade is the other Facebook group that I go into to get, because like I said, there's 32,000 games on here, right? And you get overwhelmed, and I don't know what to play half the time when I'm here by myself playing games. So I use those Facebook groups to find games that I haven't played before, and I play them.
So what's wild is even with emulation, like where I got everything to play, even when I had like a massive, like actual physical collection, no matter how many games I had, I'd
Yeah,
always
me
come
too.
back to the same
Yeah.
games. A lot of them
I
were the
know.
games I
Same
had
thing.
growing up. Didn't matter. Didn't matter how many games I had. It was always Super Metroid. It was always Mega Man 2. Like it was
Yep.
always the
I
same
agree.
games.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see how that's going to work with me getting a VPN. We are working on it. I am in talks with the company now to see if they'd be kind enough to hook it up. Because like I said, you're gonna get a commercial every week that we're live.
You know what's funny?
for the VPN?
You know what's funny about Sega CD? I don't know if anybody knows this, but you could just copy the discs and they just played. You didn't have. There was no
They
copy
burned.
protection.
They burned,
You just
right?
burned the games and they worked.
I never knew that.
I never knew that with Sega CD. You could do that with
Yeah, no,
Panasonic
Sega CD as well.
3DO,
There was
but
no copy
I never had
protection
any
at all.
luck doing that with Sega. What? I don't know if that's 100% true. I
swear.
tried. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try. I
Exactly,
remember when I
Johnny.
bought my Panasonic
I
3DO.
basically I had Derek's ear and I was like, yo, you need to speak to Mike and Johnny because they've got 3 things that you need or a couple things that you need to get fixed before
Me and
you
Johnny
release
made the software what it is. If it wasn't for me and Johnny, talking
Right.
to them, they would have messed up so much stuff
Yep.
and they would have screwed themselves. But we did them a huge favor, and then they still were kind of not thankful for it, which was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, listen, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like, I know that I've sold them numerous copies of retro shooters, because they've said it in my review video. I bought these because of you. Like, there's been 15 comments so far that, whatever. I'm not big enough. That's the only thing that I'm not a fan of is that some of these companies don't want to take a chance on smaller channels for their products and kicking free stuff.
You know
like,
what?
Oh, well, you don't have 40,000. I'm like, yeah, well, I'll outsell a
It
40,000.
don't matter though. You know what that means though? You know what that means? My 41 viewers, my 41 subscribers. That means I can go out, spend my own money, and shit on their product if it sucks. So,
For sure. But I watched a video that I posted in the what the hell's the name of it? The Arcades Anonymous thing with Michael Fryer. And it's like, what are you worth? I'll send it to you. It's worth watching. It's eye opening.
yeah, I buy all my own stuff. So
Yeah, I don't pay a lot of attention to that stuff. It's just I'm awkward about YouTube. But you're friends with Ralph. I mean, Ralph is one of the best people to talk to about this. He'll always tell you that if you want to work with companies, it's not so much about the size of your channel, but it's about the relationships you build,
Oh, yeah.
talking to people. And so, I mean, you know what you're doing. If you've got Ralph guiding
Yeah.
you, you're in good place. Like he's really good at working with these companies. and
Yeah,
getting
for sure.
stuff sent to him. So, yeah, and I also noticed like you got good audio. That's the first thing about YouTube that I've always struggled with. I've always had terrible audio, and I don't know why. I've never fixed it. But they tell you the first and most important thing about your channel. It's not the looks. It's not the extra stuff.
Yeah.
It's your audio. And that's the most important thing. If you sound good on stream, if you coming through clear, you got a good loud voice, nice and booming with a lot lot of bass, like you're set. You can do everything from there. That's the
Yeah,
first
I
thing
got
you should
I got a
focus
big
on.
man voice. I do voices and impersonations. Things people are like, who the hell did that? Like, that's me. Yeah. So I know it comes off as me being arrogant. It's just that I know what my worth, or I know what our worth is as a channel, and I know what we bring to the table. I bring major enthusiasm, which is huge. If you don't have enthusiasm, you don't have encouragement, you don't have influence, you're not going to get anywhere in anything. So that's one of the things that I bring to the table is enthusiasm. It's one of the reasons that Jason Baker let us review the cab last night was the enthusiasm that we all bring to this. Like, I love this. I love doing this. I really do.
Jesus, I've been doing emulation since emulation started, dude.
Yeah, Mike knows his shit when it comes to emulation.
See, I don't know my stuff with emulation. Like I'm limited time wise, so like that's what I always struggle with because I'm always interested in getting like, I got my VPN back here, and then I got the 4K. I switched
your
out
mic's
from the
cutting out,
other
brother.
Act Games one.
Yep,
Oh,
good.
sorry.
He
Can you
said
hear me now?
sorry. I love Canadians. I'm sorry.
Sorry. But like I told you, I've never fixed the audio issue. But anyways, like where I fall apart is like I already had a build for my VPN set up on this, but didn't work the same way it worked with the Act Games Legends Pinball original. So like I got to go through all the time now of completely dropping my pinup popper, putting it back on from scratch and then adding all the games back, and I'm like, I
No.
don't fucking have time. I'm just not gonna do it. So that's always the way I am with emulation. Like I got nothing but love for the people that go into it and
That's Mike.
go through all the different things. I just want something out of the box
Exactly.
that's gonna work. For me
Exactly.
because that's
I'm
all
a
the fucking
mouth breathing
time I
moron.
have.
Just get it to where it works for me and call it a day. Chief Quimby, to answer your question, I've always preferred the NFL. I've never watched college football. And to be honest with you, the last 7 years, I stopped watching the NFL and stopped giving a shit about the NFL altogether. When you're taking you're going to take a knee for your justice, that's fine. But when you're taking a knee to celebrate murderers and rapists and people that shouldn't be celebrated, I have a problem with it. I love the NFL. I've been a diehard Giants fan my entire life. And with how bad the Giants have been playing the last 6-7 years, it's great that I actually took this hiatus from it. And I don't give a shit. Like, I'd rather just go and play it than sit there and watch it every Sunday. I just can't. I don't support people who support, people who harm other people. You want to idolize people that actually deserve it, I'm all for it. But for people that don't, I'm not okay with that.
So I have no frame of reference from what you're saying, but from everything I took from it, you're a huge CFL fan now. So big Saskatchewan
Canada,
Roughriders
eh?
fan.
Yeah. I would play. My buddy is from Saskatchewan, Canada. He's he likes CFL. I've never actually watched the CFL. I totally would, but yeah, not my cup of tea.
The CFL has a different set of rules from American football, and like it's so funny because, like, can you imagine, like, you're a fucking CFL player, and it's not, I don't think it's like this anymore. They improved the wages, but some of these guys were playing in the CFL, and then they had to
Oh
go
my
work at
God,
Home
that's
Depot.
crazy, bro.
That's like
Second
old school
job.
NFL,
Just
man.
didn't
What's
make
the
enough
point of that?
money,
That's
right?
Old school NFL, dog.
Yeah.
That's old school NFL. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's stupid.
Approve the wages. Is the CFL just not doing
Yeah.
well up in Canada? I figured it would do. Well, it's not hockey, so.
I don't know what the deal is with it now. I think like most of them can make a comfortable living playing in the CFL. It's just before, like, these guys were like, we have like here in Newfoundland we have, like, I don't know if we still have it, but we had this like basketball league, and like everybody was like, oh man, I can't imagine being a player for that. And then you find out like they're paid like $4,000 a year for playing in basketball, and I'm like, that's a year-long fucking commitment
Right.
of your life. You've got to
Injury and-
train for it. It's so hard to have other work. How are you only getting
Yeah,
paid
it's ridiculous.
$4,000? Like,
I guess you got to live
never
the
do that.
dream somehow, right? That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess so, right? It's like independent wrestlers traveling place to place to get a hot dog and a
If that.
handshake.
If that wrestlers get screwed, man, they get screwed hard. Yeah, 100%.
A lot of times, yeah.
Oh my God, this game's so.
You gonna beat it, Mike?
Not tonight. God.
You think the save state's still there?
I think it was on 3DO.
Save states? What the fuck? You're not allowed to use save states. This game has unlimited continues.
No, I
It's
know, but we were
easy-peasy.
doing like a thing. It was like every week he was getting further and further, and then he had save state and beat
Yeah.
it.
This game takes quite a while to beat. Actually.
So at the end, it gets really rough where you got to follow the
Oh,
bird
God, that's the
through the
worst.
sewers to get to some. Yeah, that's the real struggle part, because it's not like the rest of the game. They turn up the difficulty a bit there, and then remembering to recharge and keep your energy up is so brutal in the end. Like, I used to die. I remember playing this first when I got my Sega CD. I died and I had no
Looked
clue
like she
why I
was just
died, and
putting
completely
sugar
didn't
on
realize about the energy
It
depleting.
looked like she was just pouring sugar on his pasta. What the hell? I know it's supposed to be parm cheese, but that just looked like a sugar shaker.
I'm doing shitty though. Anyway, they're gonna fire me in a minute.
So if I'm not mistaken, that actor that plays the mayor there is one of the cops from Die Hard
Yes,
2.
it
I
is.
think
Yeah, no,
it is. It's the
these are
guy
real
that-
actors. Yeah,
Merry Christmas. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot the drums.
Man, I love this game. Full motion video seemed like such a cool concept back in the day. Some did it good. I think Sewer Shark did it really well. Like, it's just button
You know-
integration. But like,
you know which ones I've always wanted to play when I was a kid? The Dragon Lair ones, because I was a big graphics whore when I was a kid, so that was cool to me.
Yeah.
But I never played it because, again, quarter eater, so it wasn't worth it to me.
I'm about to crash to a wall. I fucked up.
Boom.
Boom.
And you die.
You can make one mistake on the initial set of coordinates, but any other
Yeah,
mistakes after that, you're
100%, yeah.
toast. Game over.
I don't know if you played it, but Double Switch was really good full motion video game.
Never.
Yes.
Corey Haim,
Really,
right?
Corey Haim?
Corey Haim was one of my favorite actors back then too, so I was like really into that game.
Poor
Yeah.
kid. Jesus. All the shit him and Corey.
Midnight Raiders too, another good one.
ended up being true.
This game was pretty good.
Ooh, Road Avenger. Road Avenger is my other
Oh,
favorite
yeah, that game's
Sega
good,
CD
too.
game. It's
Yes.
full motion video as well. Yeah, it's an arcade game too. They use a different name for it though. Road
Yeah, it
Blaster,
was
I
on
think it's
Daphne
called.
or whatever that system's called, like the laser discs.
Yeah,
That looks like Mask to me. Remember the cartoon
yeah.
Mask?
This game,
Yeah, this game's actually pretty good.
yeah. Oh, I love Mask. You know the Mask toys are
Really?
coming back out again. Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
they're re-releasing them. I forget the name of the company now, but yeah, they're bringing them back out, a little bit upgraded. But fuck, man, I love
This game
Mask
had
back in
this
the day.
game had a huge
Loved it.
following too. Rise of the Dragon. This game had a huge following as far as
Anybody in the chat got a game suggestion? Please suggest it. Don't hold back.
Road Rash had some of the best soundtrack.
Yeah, Road Rash 3DO.
Okay,
was
so here's the problem with
incredible if
that
you've ever
with
played
Road
it.
Rash 3DO. So the graphics were better, but on Sega CD it played the actual like music when you raced, but on 3DO it didn't. Yeah, on 3DO it had some
Really?
shitty like BGM soundtrack when you raced.
Maybe when he race, but like as soon as you turn on the game, like Rusty Cage comes on like immediately.
Yeah,
That's in
same
the
thing with
intro.
Sega CD and PlayStation, but for some reason on the 3DO version, when you raced, it didn't play the actual soundtrack. It played like some crappy BGM.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know why I did
weird.
that, but on
It's
Sega CD
weird.
it plays the actual licensed music.
I've only ever played the 3DO version. Yeah.
They made it for PlayStation too, actually. So
And never played it on PlayStation. I had it on 3DO. It came with like
yeah, I
my
had a
3DO
3DO
when
too. I
bought
had
it.
a bunch of cool games. I had Return Fire. I had Flying Nightmares, which was like that flight simulator type of game. I had
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever played Need for Speed, by the way. 3DO. Yes.
Really? Wow.
Hold on, let me see. Oh, it's in here somewhere. 3DO. And that system when it first came out was very expensive, actually, too. Oh my god.
Done. Yeah. Saw a commercial for it just the other day, actually. Awesome commercial. It's just the price.
Yeah, it was
Price killed
so
it.
expensive. Yeah, so see, Need for Speed. This is the first time I ever played it. Road and Track. It was Road and Track presents the Need for Speed. So I had that. I had Night Trap for the system, which was really good. What else did I have? I don't know. There was a lot of good games on the system, believe it or not.
Yeah, it had a little bit more power or ability than the Sega CD. So like there was always games I wanted to try on it, but it's so disappointing. Like for whatever reason with the music, like they change up the music. Like I was so excited the first time I played Sewer Shark on this. I was like, oh, it's full screen. This is
Yeah, and then the music
awesome.
was trash.
And then you're playing, you're like,
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't know why they did that. Very strange.
Yeah, different licensing agreements, I guess.
Yeah,
I
something
don't know.
stupid. It was probably something stupid, you know. Oh, Rebel Assault. This game was so good, but so bad.
Yeah.
What was one of your favorite systems growing up?
Yeah, a lot of my favorite system growing up was probably the NES.
I'm same.
That's
Same way.
my
I'm the same way, 'cause
first.
that was my first real system. So
Yeah. I really like Super Nintendo too, but
Yeah, I
probably
agree.
NES.
those are the two systems I really grew up on, like when I was younger. My friends had Atari, but I was really never really. I mean, there's some games I really liked, but I was never really huge into it. Atari.
I'll tell you what was wild here. You go over to somebody's house and like I was so used to seeing Atari, so used to seeing Nintendo. Someone had a Sega Master System. I was like, what the fuck is that? That was the one that used to blow my mind, man. Like it was so rare if someone
Even when I
had
was
a Sega
younger too, you're
Master
right.
System.
Only,
And then
only
you play
one of my
Double
friends had
Dragon.
it, and it was like super rare.
Or
Yeah.
TurboGrafx.
You play Double Dragon with them, and
Yeah,
you're like, "What
yeah.
is this?" Now, I get a weird TurboGrafx 16 story. I moved when I was 11 years old to a new neighborhood, and I don't know what happened, but like I still only had an NES. One other kid on the road had already got the Super Nintendo. This was 91, but every other kid on the road had a
Really?
TurboGrafx 16. That was the main console for everybody on the road. Yeah, we're talking 4 other households, and they all had TurboGrafx 16s. I think they got on sale, like discount at Radio Shack, and their
Had to have
parents
been.
went and grabbed them. But everybody had a TurboGrafx 16 up here, except for
That's
me and one
crazy.
other kid.
That is crazy, because that system was expensive too when it came out. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
all those,
big time.
all those systems like TurboGrafx and like Super. I remember what was that? Bonk's Adventure. That was a game they had on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the early games.
Yeah.
The first Bonk's Adventure. Bonk's Revenge is
Oh
actually
yeah.
much
But
much
that was like
better.
their
But yeah,
like go-to character that they had like when the system came out.
their packing game gets a lot of shit, but I actually love it. Keith Courage and Alpha Zones.
Oh yeah.
It's horrible. It's based off some kind of Japanese anime. I don't know exactly what it was, but that's one of the mistakes TurboGrafx made. Like that wasn't a good packing game. Shmup is never like the kind of packing game you want to go with, but they should have went with Blazing Lasers, which eventually did become their
Yeah.
packing game. Great game.
Well, you can't beat freaking Genesis with Sonic, man. And that was the craziest packing game ever. You know?
Yeah. Well, they were trying to
Yeah,
do the
Mario,
Nintendo
yeah.
thing. They wanted their own
Yeah.
Mario, so yeah.
Oh God.
Trying to crunch on the mic. Hopefully, I'm not.
What are you eating? Chips?
Oh,
Guys eating chips
don't
over
worry
there,
about it.
bro.
No, I don't. But I'll make sure that it's not adjusted that way. Because yeah, I've been noticing the same thing on
That's
my
what I was
iPad. It's been nonstop.
That's why you get a little popular now. You get ads on your channel.
Yeah, my tens of viewers.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
My 16 people in the chat causing all these ads.
All 9 of you.
What some channels do for live streams, because like people hate the ads during the live streams, and I kind of get it because it takes them out of the conversation. Like you watch a whole hour, then an ad comes up and you miss like 2 or 3 minutes of conversation. So I get it. So like what my friends are actually streamed last night, these guys, that gaming show, they actually take a break. They're like, all right guys, we're gonna go take a couple minute break. I don't know if they smoke or just go get a drink or whatever it is, but they just put like a screen up on break, and then they play ads during that.
Yep.
Mike's going in and
It's
out.
random. It's like the most random thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I guess she's trying to say we need to take a break.
Yeah. So what do your friends do?
No. They put a break up and they play ads during that, like so nobody misses anything.
So what do
from
they
the
do?
show.
Do they
Really
turn
good
the
idea.
monetization off? Is that how you prevent the ads?
No. What they do is they turn on the ads, but they set the settings to
Certain times.
manual ads. So yeah, no, not even certain times. They do manual ads. So once they go on break, then they hit the ad button.
Okay. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I've been doing YouTube for a long time. There's certain things I didn't know you could do. Apparently, you can turn your monetization on for ads and then turn off super chats. Didn't know you can do that, but apparently you can do that. I don't play with most of that stuff. Again, like I'm not super technical. I go in, put on ads, and then I'll look at it and I'm like, I'll just do manual ads because I'm not going to do ads during the show, or I'll put it on every 30 minutes. But like I don't go into the deep detail of every single
no. There's no
section
way.
of
I
what
don't
you
have
can
time
do.
for that.
Like kudos
Yeah,
to the
hell
people
no.
who do that. Yeah.
So wait, if I turn off monetization for the live stream, I can always turn it on afterwards. But if I turn it off during the stream, does it turn ads off?
Yeah, it'll turn ads off during the stream. You don't want to turn off monetization, but you can set it up so how monetization is going to appear. Like you can just set it to, once every 30 minutes, or you can just say run ads manually. And then there's a second screen, like if you go through YouTube itself, where the screen actually comes up for live streaming, where there's actually a button that says run ad.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah, because I'll try to have it to where, because I don't care about advertising during the live stream. I don't care about monetization during the live stream. It'd be great to catch it afterwards, but I don't really. I use this to kind of get us out there and get seen. I was trying to get the vertical thing going today because they really push the vertical lives. And I know that if I can get this seen on the vertical lives, it would be huge. So that's the goal, is to try and get this.
Yeah, I think
get this seen everywhere.
I think YouTube's trying to fight TikTok a little bit
Vertical,
for that.
So I've actually got it
demographic.
set up.
YouTube's
Like,
YouTube's kind of like McDonald's in that aspect. Like when somebody else starts doing something, they'll be like, yeah, we're gonna get a taste of this too. Like McDonald's when they came out with their pizza back in the 80s, sandwiches back in the mid 90s, early 2000s. Then the coffee thing when Starbucks took off, always trying to capitalize
Now
on
they
what
have,
other people have done.
Krispy Kreme donuts at McDonald's.
see
Yeah,
if you look
that's
at
another
the,
one, right? McDonald's is always
look at
like,
the middle camera, you'll see there's the horizontal, and then there's the vertical. So I've got it set
Oh,
up.
nice.
I just gotta get it doing them both at the same time.
But that's what people need at McDonald's is donuts.
Or pizza. Who the hell needs pizza at friggin' McDonald's? It's disgusting.
Yeah, everybody looks back very nostalgically towards the pizza. I think they forget tasting
Ugh.
it. It wasn't.
I couldn't.
Wasn't
Yeah, listen,
super
I'm from
good.
Jersey. We do pizza. That's our thing. Do you know what I mean? Like we're known for pizza and bagels. You don't do no. You don't go to goddamn McDonald's for pizza.
So we were really lucky here in Newfoundland. We had a lot of new Canadians come in, immigration come in the early '80s, and we had the Greek come in, and a lot of those Greek people made like just absolutely banger pizzas. Like we used to have awesome pizza back in the '80s. Unfortunately, a lot of them aren't still here and they're not alive, so we don't have it anymore. But man, I just think about that. Whew.
How do you get Chinese food in Canada? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's like American Chinese food, but we have a lot of new Canadians. Actually, my daughter's godfather actually is a Chinese restaurant owner. He owned one of the best Chinese
Nice.
restaurants here in Newfoundland.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. We always joke about it because I've got my friend Stu from YouTube. Been friends with for years, and he's like, I put a picture up of like my daughter being christened. Is it not christened? She's Roman Catholic. I can't remember what it's called.
Baptism.
At her baptism, and she was like, "Who's the old Asian dude?" And I was like, "Oh, that's my daughter's godfather." And he was like, "What?"
What is this? Balloon fight? Was this like bubble bobble almost?
No, it's like a balloon game. I was
Joust.
I had
It's
this when I was a
joust.
kid.
I never played this ever.
The hardest thing in the world was the trip you do in the beginning. Like it's like a side scrolling thing, and you got to try and like survive. God, it was so hard to do. This got crazy too, though. After a while.
Can one of them take out another one?
There we go. No. There's actually a thing in the water too. Like if you hover over the water, it eats you.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, watch.
Yeah, you can't cheat. Alligator comes up.
See?
Nah.
Yeah, whatever
big
it is,
fish,
but yeah,
whatever
I
it
think it
is,
sucks.
yeah.
But yeah, watch the trip video. The trip is awful. Hold on, this one. This is terrible. It's like all these lightning bolts, and you gotta try and get through them. It's a nightmare.
Oh, I'd hit everything.
It gets really hard toward the middle.
I can imagine. Does the fish come out of the water too?
Yes,
again?
if you go low enough. I don't think I've ever gotten the rank below like 30. Because as you go on, the rank goes down. Okay.
You went right for that one. Though.
That's it. You only get one shot. You don't get any lives, nothing. That's it. That mode is
Wow.
terrible.
Balloon trip.
Yeah, that's a classic game right there. Got the original box, like the original Nintendo game box.
Box art.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a black box game.
Well, that means one of the originals. Nintendo, it's all.
No. Black box went into past the originals too. There was original games, and then they had some black box games with like it was like purple in them, like Gumshoe and
yes,
stuff like that. That was still a black box game, but not one of the original releases.
So Mike, after talking to you for like the last hour and a half, you seem like a very laid back, very calm dude. What the hell was with the nonsense from a week or two ago? What did you do? Whose cornflakes did you piss in, buddy? Holy shit.
I don't know, man. Like that caught me completely off guard. Like person I always liked, always thought he was a good dude and stuff like that, and then just started coming at me
I
with
was
some
like, well,
nonsense.
this doesn't
and I
look
was
good.
like, yeah,
Like on his part, it didn't look good on his part. It just looked like he was attacking you.
yeah. I think in his mind he thought I was doing something really wrong, and like I'm the kind of person that if someone has a problem with me, like I will, even if like it seems ridiculous, I will listen and see if I could do something better. Like I always ask that question. If someone's mad at me, what did I do? And try to get it. But like when I realized what it was, I was like, oh no, like go to hell, man. Like I have nothing to do with this. But like, you know what? He's got a business. I don't think it's a good idea for him to be
No,
fighting with people online. Doesn't
it
do
really
anything
did look
good for
bad.
his business.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I mean, for me, it's pretty simple. I'm not going to fight with him. He can say whatever he wants. I'll never talk to him again. Like
Yeah,
life
right.
goes on.
Don't mention me.
It's
I'm like, all
it's
right,
not
well,
that
what if he does
complicated.
mention you? What are you gonna like beat him up? Like, what are you 5? Like, what if he like if I were you, I'd just say I'd go online and say his name for 10 minutes straight in a video. Do you know what I mean? Like, just to, like, don't mention you. Why?
Yeah, no, it for me, like it didn't change anything. I've mentioned him a couple times after because he's actually making a really cool product. I'm a huge Robotron 2084 fan. So he's making this recreation arcade with like a bunch of ROMs and stuff already on it, dual stick multicade. So I'm totally cool with that. Like I can fucking hate
Right.
somebody, but like if they do something cool, I'm still gonna talk about it because like I want to talk about the products. I don't really give a shit about the people making
Yeah,
them.
no, that does sound pretty cool. And I don't, yeah, like I said, I don't know what the beef was about, but it was just childish. Like,
Ah, this stuff happens all the time. Like, I don't know why people get upset. Like, just, they can be upset. I'm just, never going to talk to them again.
Yeah,
It's
I hear
not
you.
that complicated.
Yeah, it's stupid stuff. Like I said, in this community, everybody just needs to get along. We go grow together.
like for what? I just
don't
woke up, was scrolling YouTube, was like, what the hell is going? I thought it was fake at first, and I started reading through it. I'm like, dude, just this doesn't paint you in a positive light. Like, just make your racers and stop.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, like, I get, like, if you're a drama channel or something like that, but, like, I was just thinking to myself the whole time, like, dude, like, this is crazy. Like, you're saying a bunch of stuff that's probably not good for your business, like, sectoring you out compared to other people in the community. I mean, none of this makes any sense. If you're mad at me because I don't talk about your products on my channel, just
Or
fucking
just say, hey,
that,
man,
and
can you,
you're
right?
my friend, I'll
Can you
help you.
mention this and this, and I'll be, you know what I mean? Like, how hard is it to be like, hey, man, we're friends. Can you just name drop me a couple times this week or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what he said to me, and then he said he sent me pictures of stuff, but like that's a little bit different. Sending me pictures of stuff he's working on that I may or may not be interested in, compared to like, hey, dude, I got a sale going on. Could you do me a favor and like just mention it? I'd be like, yeah, sure, man. Like life's not that
See,
complicated, right?
from the conversation, from the way that he was behaving, it was almost like he sent you things and you didn't. You took the thing, you accepted it, but didn't make a video on it. And if that were the case, I could get it.
Oh yeah.
But then I found out that that wasn't the case.
Oh yeah.
He was just sending you pictures of things.
No. He did send me a mod one time back. It was this T2 mod for the arcade one up. He sent it to me, and he discontinued the product shortly after he sent it to me. It was no longer even available for sale. So I'm also not much of a modder. Like I didn't really want to tear apart my CAD to do this mod. For him, like it's not something we really talked about. I was like, oh, cool, this is something I might do, but there's like no guarantee I was gonna fucking make a video on it or anything.
But even still, like I don't know, it's crazy. Well, let me shut
But
up.
it wasn't about that. It wasn't even about
attacking
that.
me on his fucking channel or something.
Oh well, who cares, man? Like this stuff, like people are like, "Oh, did you hear so and so attack you?" I'm like,
Yeah, really.
give a shit. What does he got? Like, what, like 15 people watch, or even if like 4,000 people watch, it doesn't affect me. It
Right.
doesn't
If
affect
anything,
anybody.
it'll
It's not.
it'll
This is
send
not
people
that
to
big
your
a
channel
deal.
to see what the big deal is. So
Yeah,
Yeah, stupidity.
I'm not losing subs. Like, I mean, it's all
I agree.
stupid.
Did you win?
Yeah, I won.
Very nice.
Well, level 1 anyway. This game gets crazy at the end.
I can imagine. It looks confusing.
I like it a lot.
Anyways, as much as that sucked, he's a good dude. He makes good products. He still
he
helps out
does.
the
I like his
community,
racer. His racer cat looks pretty
sponsors
cool.
channels and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I
So,
wasn't shitting on him. I was
yeah.
just curious. I mean, it was a very public thing. I just wanted to touch on it.
Yeah.
And I even
Oh, yeah,
commented. And I was like, "Yo, what
It's
what does
wild.
this? What does this accomplish? I don't understand. Like, it was silly."
Oh yeah, so stupid. But at the end of the day, life moves on. I'm not going to talk to him. I'm just going to keep living my
I
life.
agree.
Sesame Street game, really?
Oh yeah, we're gonna try and find.
Oh, there's so many
we're
Sesame
gonna-
Street games
Bro,
on
we're gonna
this.
try
You
and
have
find
no
Grover.
idea.
Come on.
Big Bird's
Come on,
Speak
bro.
and
We're about to find
Spell
Grover,
or Hide
bro.
and Speak.
Don't mess with this
We're
game.
about to test Mike's spelling
This
capabilities.
game is good, bro. I don't even care what you say.
Now this song's gonna be stuck in my head. Thank you. Sunny day, keeping the clouds away.
Yes, sir.
Sesame Street got canceled, eh? That's wild. That my kids are going to grow up in a generation where they can't show their
That's-
kids Sesame Street.
Wait a minute.
only
What do you mean it got
replays.
canceled?
Sesame Street got canceled by PBS.
Like how long ago?
Next. Like
Yeah, but I think
a
it's
couple
on.
months ago.
I'm pretty sure
announced.
HBO picked it up.
What, it wasn't woke enough for them? I mean, what the?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure. Yes.
HBO did? Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Now I gotta find them. Ready,
Oh.
Vito? You ready?
Hey,
for this?
Ernie.
Ready for the challenge? This was like high tech for Nintendo. That they're actually talking.
Yeah, I think this
Find
game
Bert.
has speech.
Let's see. What we got here? Think this is Bert, Vito? What do you think?
I don't know. It looks like that's definitely Bert.
Hey, it's Bert. Look at that.
Does he poop on him? Please tell me he poops on him.
Bert.
Poop on him.
I don't think they focus
on
much on the
Yeah,
pooping
no, I don't think
in a
so.
Poop on
Sesame
him.
Street game.
Ernie. Oh my god, this is like watching Sesame Street when I was a kid.
I want to throw this couch through my television right now.
Why, bro? This shit's good. It's classic. Rover, bro. Come on, Vito. This is classics right here. Oh man.
Jen's in a tunnel.
There was 100 Sesame Street games too, which is crazy to me.
There are a lot.
There's a bunch of them, yeah.
They were pretty good. I don't care what you say. When I was a kid, they were good games.
I don't think I've ever played them once.
I would just go to Blockbuster. I used to just pick random stuff off the wall. Actually, there was another store by me. It wasn't Blockbuster. It was like
Can you go back and look at that game Secret Ties?
I don't
What
know.
the fuck is that?
Actually,
That's a Golgo 13.
It is
game,
Golgo
but I'm
13,
not
isn't it?
familiar with it.
I
'cause
thought
there
that
was
guy
two
looked
on the
familiar.
NES. Yeah, there was 2 on the NES, but I don't
this
remember
could be like
Secret
a fan-made
Ties.
game.
Is
Unreleased.
that
Okay,
Fist
so
of
it's
the North
unreleased. It says
Star?
on the
Like,
bottom.
What the fuck is
It's an
going on
unreleased
here?
game. It's an English transition of Master
Thief Sugar, an equally unreleased game
It's an unreleased game.
for Nintendo Family Computer. The game was
Oh,
developed
wow.
by Vic Tokai of Golgo 13 video game fame.
Big
And is
Takai,
based
yeah.
in an early 1970s
yeah.
comic book by Takao Sato of Golgo 13 comic book fame. Okay.
Yeah, so it's an unreleased game.
So it's a professional
Yeah, but
game.
this
it's just
this
not
looks like my
released.
jam action
Oh,
platform.
yeah, what about
Look
this?
at
What
that.
about I saw this game. What about Sir Abdul? What the hell is this? This is a fan-made game.
This is gonna be what they made Super Mario 7 after,
No, it's 2013, so it's a
Okay.
fan-made game. It's like a stupid game.
because you know the
Some of these fan made games
Oh,
are just
God,
not
no.
good. Like I
Oh,
feel
God.
bad.
There's some.
See how good you go back and see how good you are at Silver
Oh
Surfer.
God, no! This game's
I've got friends
terrible.
that can no death
Like,
this.
No, it's a good
not
game,
a
but it's
terrible
hard.
game.
It's
just
very hard.
Really fucking hard.
Oh God,
Really hard.
it's like one of the games. I think Angry Video Game there did a thing on this one, right? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My favorite was with Top Gun when he tried to land a plane.
they lose his shit.
Yeah. Now Top Gun is a bad game. That actually is a bad game. Some of the stuff he
He
reviews.
tries to
is
land a
just
plane
hard.
and he crashed the plane like 3,000 times.
That's what I would have done. I don't know how you. I've never landed the goddamn thing ever.
I can land it every time.
You.
But-
Was that Brett the Hitman Hart up there?
No.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yes,
it was, wasn't it?
100%.
All right, I thought I was seeing things.
Yeah.
This game's terribly hard. Oh my.
Look how big your sprite is. Like
Yeah,
your
bro.
hitbox
Oh
is
my-
crazy.
To get
One
through
hit and
anything
you're
without
dead.
touching something is almost impossible.
You gotta be good.
Suck less, Mike.
This is a get good game. I've got friends that can get through this
Okay.
without getting hit once.
I just got hit by randomness. I got hit by randomness.
Well, that was Joe-Cade. You remember the goddamn waterboard on friggin' Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Yes.
Oh, the water level? Yeah.
Okay, so when I was a kid, that game was torture, as was the water level. I had Joe play it, and he just
Oh my
starts
God, I can't.
switching through the characters, and within like 5 minutes, he beats the goddamn thing. He beat the water level first.
Yeah, see, that was the big trick. I didn't know as a kid you could switch through the characters. That's why
Yeah.
it was so fucking hard. I remember I went to arcade
God.
in Toronto with a couple friends there a couple years ago, and they had an NES there, and they were like, "Oh, Mike, you think you're the big NES guy, but you can't beat the water stage in TMNT." And I sat down and I did it in like, 15 15 minutes or whatever it was to get through like the game, and then that part, they were like, I've never seen anybody beat it before, and I was like, it's not that hard, guys. You're just gonna change characters. Like it's impossible to do it with
Yeah, I know
one
you can do that.
character.
This game is making me want to Bo Jackson control over my knee right now.
Oh yeah, it's really.
You know what game's really brutal too? That's terrible. Back to the Future.
You went right into it.
NES.
Back to the Future. I will not sit here and listen to you slander Back to the Future. Back to the
Game's
Future is
terrible.
It is not terrible. It's actually
Is it
really
just
good.
really hard.
It's very hard.
Cheats. It's really
cheats.
hard, and
That makes it
cheats in
terrible,
the
and if it
end.
cheats, it's terrible.
cheats. No. It's really good up until it cheats.
You didn't see that coming?
I saw it coming. Isn't there in Back to the Future? Isn't there a part where you're walking as Marty and you walk? There's two guys holding a pane of glass. I hated that so much.
That is correct. That is correct. The real reason it cheats is the game is brutal, and you get to these boss fights, which are these pattern. Like the first one is you got to throw milkshakes at the
Yes.
bullies in the coffee shop. Then you get to the second boss fight where you got to catch these hearts from your mom in the classroom. And then the third one is where I really fucking struggle, which is where you're playing in the Enchantment Under the Sea dance and you got to catch the notes with different button combinations. But where it cheats is you get to the final stage after you've got through everything, like you've gone through so many street stages, which are so fucking hard. You finally get to the last stage and it's one chance or you're done. This is where it cheats. It does something it doesn't do in the rest of the game. You have to avoid everything, get your DeLorean up to exactly 88 miles per hour the minute it hits the end of the stage and hits the lightning bolt. And if you don't do it, doesn't matter how many lives you have, doesn't matter how many continues, anything, it's game over if you don't hit that moment exactly perfect once.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no thanks. I remember playing this game as a kid.
And
This
it's
game's tough as
so
shit. You have
brutal
keep
to get
getting the
through.
clocks right.
Yeah. There was a saying that said, I remember, for some reason, LJN got every single movie license on Nintendo. Like every movie license game they got, and every game they made was trash.
Well, no. Like, here's the thing where some of that's confused because LGN released the games and produced
Different
them, but they
developers made
didn't
them.
make
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Like a lot of the games were actually made by really good companies. Like for example, Friday the 13th, which everybody hates, was actually made by Atlas, which eventually became like a darling RPG developer who's still around till today. And Nightmare on Elm Street was actually made by Rare before being bought by Microsoft. We're a really good company.
I actually like Friday the 13th. Everybody hates on that game. I like that game a lot, actually.
I love Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street I like more though. That's my favorite, believe it or not. Now this game, they didn't get the rights to the music licenses. So a lot of the problems here are like the music in the stage sounds terrible. That's because it's actually a MIDI version or 8-bit NES version of Power of Love. But where they didn't secure the rights, instead of going back and developing different music, they just sped it up. It's like the song during the Enchantment Under the Sea dance is actually Johnny Be Good, but again, they didn't get the license, so they just sped it up.
That's funny.
What the hell song is this? Song's driving me. This is
Peter's gonna.
Oh,
this is Power of Love by
That's
Huey Lewis.
Power of Love
at like
But it's
4
sped up.
times.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
Power of Love at 4 times.
What
4
the hell
times
killed
speed.
you?
I ran out of time.
Oh,
The picture at the bottom of the screen. You see the picture at the bottom
So
of the screen?
there's
That's the Polaroid.
yeah, they fade.
there's
they
a
fade. Got it.
vitality meter down at the bottom, and you got to keep
Got it.
collecting the clocks, kind of like in Adventure Island, to keep your health up. And that's
Yeah,
your
it's like
health
the picture
whole
that
time.
fades away.
And each time you're hit by one of the guys, it slows you down. Yeah.
Oh my god. It was brutal.
It's tough. It's a
This guy's the
lot of
glasses.
repeat
This guy's the glasses.
memorization. I've beat it.
Oh
It's
man,
one
I
of the
give you
ones I
credit.
beat. The real trick here on the first couple stages, getting through really quickly, is once you get the bowling ball, and if you can stay without getting hit with the bowling ball for a while, because the bowling ball is a projectile, you'll also get the skateboard. And if you can keep the skateboard for a good couple levels, that'll speed through the game, and you don't run into a lot
Gotcha.
of this shit. So it's the bowling ball first, and then once you have the bowling ball, then you're eligible to get the skateboard. And then the game's a little bit easier, but you still got to know where the enemies are coming, know their patterns, and know how to
Spider-Man
fucking avoid them.
X-Men Arcade Revenge was a hard but good LGN game according to Endgame Arcade.
Arcade's Revenge came out on multiple platforms. I don't know if it was a good game. I don't remember it being a good game. I remember it being a game.
I remember it
I
being
did
a
have it.
game.
Yeah.
Is his favorite game, right? So, there you go.
I remember this. I remember this
Oh,
shit.
I love Nightmare
Isn't this
on Elm
game
Street.
4 players too, by the way?
Yeah, it's one of the few games that actually uses the
Yeah.
4-player to multi-tap.
It says right on the look on the box. It says 4 players. See, Vito?
Nice.
I remember somebody played this on stream, 4 players. I forget who it was.
Oh, that's wild. I don't know how they did that.
Somebody played. I think Arcade Adam.
Probably
Arcade
makes the
Adam
game
and all
easier,
those
though.
guys played it on stream together.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Probably through Parsec, right?
I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
but they played it all together.
So I beat this one as well. It took me about a week and a half of real serious playing, like come home from work every day and just play over.
Now,
over,
did you
over,
did you
over.
film it, or is
But,
it this you just do it yourself?
I did it myself, but then I went back and filmed it afterwards, like because I reviewed it. And when I used to review games, I wouldn't review a game unless I could beat it. So I ended up
Oh, that's
filming
pretty
the
cool.
whole game.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about, because I'm gonna start doing some playthroughs. I just want to have like different content on the channel and stuff like that. So I was gonna do like a lot of beat 'em up
Yeah.
playthroughs. So I was curious if you did
Okay.
any of that stuff, because it's the easiest type of content to film. You just play through the game. It's easy.
Yeah, I mean, a beat 'em up,
Yep,
1
if
hour
that.
usually, and a lot of them are
Mhm.
smaller than an hour. Like if you play Battletoads Arcade is one of the longest beat 'em ups you will ever play. That game takes every bit of an hour,
The
no matter
Cadillac
how
and
good you are.
Dinosaurs was forever, man. That took me a while.
Good game, though.
That's such
one
a
of the
good
best.
game, though. Yeah.
I watched a streamer. I don't know if you ever heard of him. One Coin Only. I like him a lot.
I don't know if I've seen him. I know James Hates Everything started doing a 1 coin only type videos, probably
Yeah, the
inspired
guy
by
just
that.
streams like he plays games. And as soon as he dies, he goes on to the next. But
Yeah.
he did a 24-hour stream where he played games for 24 hours straight.
I don't know how people do that. Pat the NES Punk used to do NES games for 24 hours once a year for some kind of children's charity back in the day. I
I
watched
remember
that
the
a bunch
title
of
of the video
times.
was "Watch me game for 24 hours, see if I stay awake." Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so funny, dude. I don't know if I could do it. I'd probably be sleeping halfway through.
Oh, I could game for 24 hours straight. I don't know if I could do it on
Yeah,
camera
same.
for 24 hours straight. That'd be so
I
fucking
know.
boring for
I know,
everybody.
I know. Especially the same game. If you're playing it for quite a while, it could definitely be boring.
Yeah.
Ugh, Paperboy for Nintendo, gross. Ew, Paperboy 2 for Nintendo, gross.
Sorry, just got a text message that I didn't really appreciate.
All right, what do we got here?
Yeah.
Everything
no,
okay?
My wife decided to text me something that needs to be a discussion, not a text message.
Hey, speaking of pinball,
Old school of old school.
This is
Hey,
not good pinball.
this game was
This
good
is
with
not
Nintendo,
good
all
pinball.
right?
This is not good
Can't even
pinball.
get the ball up the thing.
I didn't hold the thing by it all the way. That's why you gotta hold the spring.
Like if you want to play video game pinball, there's 2 games on TurboGrafx that are fantastic. Like there's Aliens Crush
Yes,
and
very good
Devil's
games.
Crush. Either one
Very
of
good.
those would be totally acceptable, but not NES.
Oh, you thought I
pinball.
fell asleep, J Rod? No.
Fuck.
My wife was.
I think Mario's in this game actually. If you get to the bonus level,
I think you're right. Yeah, I haven't played a lot of pinball. Never ever. I had a double of this, and I used to bring it up to my cabin for my. I might have put it in a couple times, but
my dad was.
yeah, I think going down. There's one point where I think he's holding like a platform going across, and he bounced
Mike.
the ball off it.
Your mic cut out. Now you good.
Oh, did it? Yeah, I think at one point he holds
Yes,
like a
he does. In the
platform or
bonus stage, he
something,
holds a
and, the
platform,
ball bounces
And he
off
hits
it.
the
Yeah.
ball up to try and rescue the princess. Actually, believe it or not. But yeah, here we go. Right here.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, they would put
Everything.
him in
Yeah.
everything back then. Like that's why he's the ref in Punch Out. Have you ever beat Punch Out? That's a game
I've
I've
never beaten
beat,
Tyson.
but it's
No, I've
always
never beaten Tyson.
haunted me.
I've had a buddy that's beaten it, but I've never beaten it. No.
I the furthest I've ever got is Super Macho Man. I've never been able to beat Super Macho Man. Like I did it old school all the way up to Sandman, beat Sandman, but I can't get the timing down on Super Macho Man. And I refuse to fight Tyson without, earning it, getting all the way there. Like just putting in the code and doing it. No, sir. Won't do it until I beat Super
I've gotten
Macho
to
Man
Tyson.
first.
I've beat all the way up to Tyson, but I just can't. He's such a pain in the ass because the first round is all dodging. I think you can hit him twice in the first round,
Yeah.
and then the second round's when you got to start trying to knock him out. It's insane though, because one punch and you're done for. You know.
Oh, he's a lightning kid.
Yeah, J-Rod, I would fall asleep on a 24-hour stream because I could fall asleep anywhere. At my old job, I used to fall asleep standing up.
Yeah, well, I wonder. I saw so many channels doing these 24-hour stream
I don't
things.
know how to do it.
No. Well, I know how you do it. You load up the videos and you play them.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that they live stream for 24 hours. Well,
No, this guy live streamed for 24
the
hours.
Y-Files. He was doing it for 24
The one
hours.
Coyote guy did it too.
But he loaded up his shows and stuff like that.
No, this was a straight up 24-hour stream that I watched.
Oh.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but you know what I mean.
Oh, that's what I was gonna. What are your So I live in Jersey, and then we had the whole drone thing going on. What's your take on UFOs and things like that? Because I'm a big UFO guy. What is your take on?
My dad is too, and he really got us.
Hold
into
on
it.
one
Like,
second. Hold on.
he's
Come
Absolutely.
on. I mean, we're in the middle of an interview. Too bad. Okay.
Too bad, yeah.
Go sit down. All right. Give me a minute, Tina. So what were you saying?
So my dad was like a big UFO guy, like totally into it. Got us into it at a very early age. Like he watches all that conspiracy stuff and stuff like that. I say conspiracy, but like I really do believe that. Obviously, we can't be the only life forms in the
100%.
entire universe. I mean, that's like it's so stupid to think that. Like, there's no way you can. So I don't know, man. Like I would love to know, but at the same time, like I was so scared as a kid. Like my dad had me watching stuff I never should have watched when I was young. So like I was terrified of this movie, and it's not even one of the most famous movies like Fire in the Sky or something like this. It was this horrible made-for-TV like alien movie, and it was like you ever heard the stories about fairies in the woods and how fairies used to lead kids into the woods and then they disappear? And like it's basically kind of retelling that. It was a story, weird story about like when someone was a kid, they followed another kid into the woods, but the kid ended up being an alien and he was abducted. And then there was this crazy shit about like this woman woke up in the middle of the night. It's a made for TV movie, but it scared the shit out of me. So I always dreamed that even like as a young kid, I would wake up and see the emergency lights flashing outside, the power out, and then get abducted. So
Have
love
you
love
ever
that
seen
stuff.
anything as far as like witnessed anything in the sky up in Canada or anything like that? Anything like weird?
Yeah. Like we have a cabin, and that's the best place because you want to get away from the city to see that. Like where you're just completely there's no power around, there's no lights and stuff like that, and like you're actually out in nature. And then if you see something in the sky, you're like, holy shit. My dad swears he woke up one night at the cabin and he saw something like over the pond. I've seen like lights in the sky, but nothing I would say, oh yeah, that's it. That's
So
definitely a ship.
I'm 48. I'll be 49 next week on the 14th. And I've never in my life seen anything until I started filming these goddamn drones, right? So I live streamed it. I was live streaming filming the drones. And I was at the high school in my town, which was a really good spot. For whatever reason, the drones were just hotbedded all around that area. So you could see them all over town. So it was a great spot to film because it was dark. And I was vertical live streaming, and I never vertical live streamed before. And I didn't know that if you don't keep everything at the top of the phone, you miss stuff. So I'm filming over here like this, and from the corner of my eye, I see a boomerang-shaped UFO go streaking across the screen like that. I was like, what the fuck? And I just missed filming it. And then 5 minutes later, flying over me about 400 feet, 300 feet, it was like literally right over me, was a blacked out military helicopter, flew right over the high school, like right over where the UFO was. Where I was like, yo, that is crazy. I got that on film, but I didn't get the UFO, and I could barely get the helicopter. You could hear it flying over me. You hear me screaming, making a noise. And then every time I live stream these goddamn drones, I would see other things. I would see orbs in the sky, like just balls of light just sitting there. The drones would do weird things. I've got shorts where it was pulse flashing my phone. Like, I don't know what the hell. We still don't know what the hell was going on with these things. And occasionally we still see them now. You'll see one or two of them. You won't see like 30 of them like before. But it was crazy, man, because apparently this shit was coming from the water and then it would fly from the shore to here. And they had videos on the beaches watching these things coming over the water. And every single night around the same exact time, they would show up. And it's like, where the hell are they coming from this fast? How fast are they flying? So I did a video. I didn't know, I thought it was either going to be one of ours, it was going to be adversarial, or it was going to be obviously UFO oriented, or I thought it was rogue AI because it didn't make sense. These things were flooding military bases. What's up, Vader? They were flooding military bases like Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which anyone who knows anything about UFOs knows that and follows the lore of UFOs and all that stuff. They know that Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is kind of like Middle America's Area 51, where they keep a bunch of the shit. That's what they were just talking about in all these hearings, whereas Wright-Patterson is where they keep a lot of these freaking things. So if you have drones swarming that, and that thing is as sensitive as it is, something's not right. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So now I'm firmly a believer because I've actually seen a UFO with my own eyes, and I'm like, fuck, so now I'm hooked. So now I'm going to be doing a lot of UFO content. So I always bring it up and ask people, like, what do you think?
See, I've always wanted to see it, but I also didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to see it, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to be put in a dangerous spot. But
That was the other thing. Like,
I want to know.
Joe Cade filmed it, and I filmed the same drone, and he flipped the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it. I'm like, yo, I'm here by myself, and I'm like, especially after getting pulse flashed by it, like it legitimately. I'll send you the video. It legit, like, dude, and I didn't do it. Like, people are like, oh, you did that or blah blah. I'm like, bro, I swear to you, I didn't do this. Like, I didn't create this effect. And you hear it. It pops my phone speaker. Like it. There's two videos. I'll show it to you. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm like, yo, this is a drone. This thing could literally hover here and delete me, and there's nothing I can do about it. So it started freaking me out a little bit while I was filming them because I'm like, they got to have defensive capabilities. They have to. It's a drone. They use them for the military or whatever the hell it is, whether it's alien disguised to look like our technology. I don't know what it is, but I wasn't too happy with the answer that the Trump administration gave. They gave a less than happy answer, a less than truthful answer than the goddamn Biden administration did. And that kind of pissed me off because I was expecting more truth from the Trump administration from it. So I'd like to still know what the hell they are. We still don't even know. We haven't been told. Yes,
swamp gas.
Swamp ass reflecting off Venus's balls.
Swamp
yeah.
gas.
That's what I always say. Swamp ass.
Yeah.
No, I say swamp ass instead of swamp gas. What's up, Vader?
Swamp ass.
But yeah, shit was gotten crazy over here in the last couple of months.
Well, it's wild, man. I remember first time Trump was in office, like he releases all these files about, UFOs are real, like 100% real. No one's talking about it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like the man just like probably talked about like one of the biggest kept secrets, and like all these files are out there.
Well, he just said it on Joe Rogan. He's talking about the people from the sky. He's like, what? He's like, the people coming from space. We got to talk about them. Like, what the fuck? And now Eric Davis just said something. He just talked about 4 species. That's the other thing I got to do. I gotta live stream the reaction to that little hearing they just had that went under the rug. This guy Eric Davis just talked about there being 4 alien species that he contacted: the Greys, the Nordics, the reptilians, and I forgot what the fourth. No, he said there was 2 different Greys. I think.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It was a big thing about it the other day.
So I knew about the reptiles. I knew about
Nordics.
the Greys. There's also supposedly the Nordics. Is
Yes,
that
there's the tall
humanoid-looking
whites,
ones?
which look like supposedly they're like 8 or 9 feet tall, and they're like beautiful humanoid species. And then you've got the Nordics, which look human and they look Nordic with blue eyes, blonde hair, and they have the weird looks. So who the frig knows? And then Luna, they had Did you watch the hearings from the summer and stuff like that? So there was the hearings that we had. There was the hearings we had 2 years ago, David Grush. Then we had another hearing recently in November with Anna Paulina Luna and a bunch of the other ones. And it was with Elizondo, where Elizondo was actually on the panel and answering questions. And she asked about human hybrids. And that's kind of like, to me, that's kind of like telling without telling. Like all the questions that they were answering from Congress and they couldn't speak on. The guys were like, well, I can't speak on that. Obviously, you've been told some shit. So obviously, we're talking about some legit shit. You're talking about human hybrids, human alien hybrids, and stuff like that. Like, I was like, oh, this is some good shit. People are like, oh, this is lame. This is lame. Like, no, they're telling you without telling you what the hell's going on. So I'm a little nervous. We're either about to get fisted by these aliens, because I firmly believe that.
Why you go
I
straight to
firmly
fisted?
listen. Every year there was hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people that go missing randomly out of nowhere. Boom, gone, never to be found of again. They're either getting sold off to sex trafficking, or I mean, you think it's crazy, or our government or the governments of the world made a deal with these aliens. You do what you need to do, and then you give us technology. So or you let them do what they want, because it's either you let us do it, or we're going to do it and make it known we're doing it, and then you can't stop us. So I think there's some type of secret bullshit with the government, and I know it sounds crazy and conspiracy, but something's not right. You know what I mean? Something's not normal.
What I would say to there's two minds on this. That one, they've only been coming recently, and there's some kind of government involvement. But the reality is, if you look back through history, most of the historical
Everywhere, yeah.
events can be
Yes.
explained by
Yeah, 100%.
aliens. Most of the Egyptian gods, aliens. Most of the stuff with the Indians talking about like spirits coming from the sky.
It's the same. It's the same
aliens.
thing painted on,
like,
in all these different pyramids and things like that from around the
no.
world in different time periods.
That's
It's
the one thing I got to
impossible.
agree on. Humans didn't build the pyramids.
No, it's impossible.
impossible.
No
Impossible.
way they
With
did.
with technology
I
back
don't-
then, it's impossible.
You're telling me
Well,
You're telling me like a thousand slaves were able to lift that giant rock on top of that other
hundreds of feet
rock?
off the ground.
No.
Yeah,
Especially back then,
and
too,
they
like,
built
they
it in
didn't have
20
equipment.
years.
No,
They built it in
there's no
20
no,
years.
no
Fuck
way.
outta here. And then now they're talking about they just did that ground, the topography. What's it called? Where they X-ray the ground and they
There's
just
a whole bunch of tunnels underneath. Yes,
tunnels.
I saw.
Bro, it's not tunnels.
Yeah.
It's fucking pillars 2 miles high
I saw.
and bases at the bottom of it.
Nuts.
It doesn't make any sense. How the hell did we build? You said humans dug 2 miles in the ground? Fucking impossible. Back then, they either had stuff we didn't know.
another
about,
thing.
or
Another
God
thing.
knows what.
Another thing I would love to know more about is like the ocean
yes.
is fascinating
Yes.
because you think about like the only thing we know about the Earth really is
Right.
the Earth, but like everything underneath it, like
Yeah.
this talk about like aliens in the ocean and inner
Dude, they
Earth and all
know.
that
They
stuff,
know where it is.
all
They know where the
super
bases are.
fascinating.
That's why they're constantly getting the Nimitz. Or that's why they have those Nimitz. If you're telling me that the Nimitz just happened to be in that area doing those exercises at that particular time when all that shit was going on with the Tic Tacs, stop it. They know full well. Just like the MH370 video. That's a legit video with the FLIR footage and the satellite footage catching that plane getting warped and the orbs. Did you see that? The MH370? The Malaysian
No, I didn't
flight
see
that
that.
just, remember a couple of years ago, there was that Malaysian flight that just disappeared. All those important people on it just vanished. They knew nothing about it. It was mysterious, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, it washed up here. Total bullshit. There's video from 2014 when that thing fucking vanished. It showed up on the internet 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, showing these 3 or 4 orbs circling it, chasing it from FLIR footage and from satellite footage, and then it blips. I'll have to send it, bro. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, and supposedly it's legit. But then they're trying to say they debunked it, but then people are saying they didn't debunk it. You don't know what to believe because obviously the government's gonna tell you shit's fake, or they're gonna have people debunk it on purpose so that way you don't look into it. But bro, if that video is legit, that is the craziest shit that I've ever seen in my life. It's like something off of Lost. Like you literally see these things follow this plane, and then it blips. Let me find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
It's fucking insane.
I agree.
And I know it sounds batty.
They're out there, Vito. They're out there.
They are out there.
Well, if they're out there, tell them to come get me because my life's getting a little boring.
No, I don't fucking
Yeah,
want
no,
that.
I
don't
hear you,
want anything to do
brother.
with that.
Who knows?
But like,
You know?
anyways, my point is like the aliens
Oh,
are
of
coming
course.
here
For sure.
forever, man. Like there might be new species of aliens coming here that, but like I don't think we're
Oh,
in
no,
imminent
no.
danger. Like
No,
yeah.
no,
Like
no,
a
no,
soap
not at all.
opera.
Not at all.
Like a
But
soap
do
opera
I
to
think
them.
that they're doing shit? For sure. Because they're kind of hinting at that with a few
Oh,
of
yeah.
the with a few of the videos. There we go. This shit is crazy. I'll put it in the chat. Like if this is legit footage, this is batshit.
Oh, licensed music. trying to do us? Kill us? Trying to make a mute the channel?
Yeah, it was an advertisement. My bad. I'll just demonetize. So there's the FLIR footage. I put it in there. It's insane. It's insane. And this footage is from 2014, right after when it happened. So that's what's crazy about it. Is like, if that is legit, that is nuts.
Ow, ow, ow.
You watching it?
Yeah.
Like that's supposedly taken.
I love Killer Instinct. I still can't play.
I'm surprisingly pretty decent at it.
I'm okay.
That's supposedly taken from a satellite, and it's taken from a drone that just happened to be in the area filming. My ass. They knew it was going to happen, or that's one of ours, and they did that.
Who knows?
Just like the Bob Lazar story. You'd be like, oh, he's crazy, he's crazy, he's crazy. And then you find out half of what Bob Lazar said was the truth. He's like, yeah, they had this thing here and they had that thing there, and then they start showing you pictures of it.
I just don't know why they would want to keep it secret. Like, I used to watch X-Files, and I was like, I don't get it. Why keep it secret? Like, the only thing I can think of was to manage fear, because if there was this constant threat over us,
Right.
they,
We
the
have no
country would
control,
be in
but let's
panic,
face
so-
reality. Humans aren't
Yeah.
stupid. We know for a fact that if something has the ability to travel across the stars like that with technology that is clearly centuries or more higher than ours, obviously we're not going to be able to do shit against it. So clearly you don't have control of the skies. You know what I mean? And as you stated,
Yeah.
these things have been seen and recorded from the dawn of man onwards. You know, there's pictures of them, there's drawings of them, there's cave paintings, there's sculptures. It just and everything it references is the in religion and in the Bible are these things: the wheels, the orbs in the sky, the angels, the this, the that. It's crazy. It's all reference to alien stuff.
Yeah. I agree.
And without a doubt, they're in the ocean. Without a doubt.
Yeah, because we can't get down there.
Without a doubt.
That's a good place to hide.
That's
'cause
the
no one's
smartest
down
place to be. First of all, it hides you from everything, from all types of global harm, flooding, freezing, earthquakes, meteor strikes.
there. No, yeah, but like I said, nobody gets down there.
Right.
Once you get to a certain depth, it's
Well, we
impossible
can't
to
get down there. Right.
Do you think there's a possibility there's still prehistoric creatures living on Earth, like
Who
in the
knows?
ocean?
For sure.
Could be.
I mean, look, there's a reason Antarctica is in the ocean. Absolutely. Is it like Godzilla movies where you pass a barrier rift and blah, 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 blah? Who the hell knows? I think there's something in Antarctica for sure, because they keep people from going there. There's rumors that there's fucking snow spiders or
What is this, a thing? You ever seen the movie The Thing?
dude, I swear to God, there's rumored that there are what the hell are they called? I forget what the hell.
The Thing is a great movie, by the way.
No. There's something they call it.
Oh, thing
There's
is
something that they
fantastic.
call it. It's something they refer to as like an arachnid type creature. Supposedly is in Antarctica. Don't know if it's true. But there's all types of like, stories that come from there, and there's obviously something. The Nazis went there for a reason. They didn't just go there because it was snowy. Nazis went there for a reason. And you think the Nazis just made up their UFO shaped craft? No. That was another great. What do you think about Operation Paperclip? Did you ever look into that stuff? Oh my
No,
God,
never.
that's when shit just gets nutty. Oh, the dude from was it the leader of was it Argentina? He just released all those Nazi, like how Trump just dropped the JFK files. The Javier guy just dropped the Nazi files from I think it was Argentina, about all the Nazis going to Argentina and the other country that they were in. That shit's crazy.
They were looking for alien artifacts. Indiana Jones has led me astray. I always thought they were looking for religious artifacts.
Well, there was that shitty Indiana Jones movie where they're looking for alien stuff.
Well, there was somebody who's claiming
Yeah.
that Hitler
was
made
against the
contact
Russians, though.
with aliens. So I don't know if that was true, and that's why he started doing all of his. They started trying to do all that anti-gravity shit, trying to make their own UFOs.
Yeah, that was fascinating, actually.
Well, there was the one that they found that Italy found. Italy found one in 1934 and thought it was Nazi Germany's. And Hitler's like, no, it's not mine. And I think the United States supposedly captured it. That was another story that Grush was talking about. the Mirabella story or whatever it's called. That was pretty cool. But that's supposedly where it all kicked off.
It's wild. Like there's another argument to be made too about the advances in
Yes.
technology. Like you think about it, how slowly fucking the wheel moved from like 180 to 1988 with technological advancements, and then all of
supercomputer
a
in my hands.
sudden
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
there's a boom. There's an absolute boom since really
The 40s,
since
1947.
what was it? Area 51 was
Mhm.
probably the biggest time. After that, like all of a sudden, there's this massive technological advancements in the world, and it doesn't make
Mhm.
sense. It just sped
Correct.
up
Yeah,
so
our
quickly.
jump in technology was insane. I
It
mean, you went from
reminds me of,
transistor radios to
It
super.
reminds me of the scene in Men in Black when they go in the back room and Tommy Lee Jones is showing Will Smith all the
Yeah.
inventions that the aliens gave us.
Right.
And it's like a big room of just tons of shit
Right.
that would never be possible, you know?
Well, fiber optics. They say fiber optics is definitely taken from UFO design, from reverse engineering.
He's right, though. Like, we went from having no technology to, like, all of a sudden having crazy
transistor
shit.
radios and radio waves to a goddamn cell phone, fiber optics, and being able to talk over the internet. You know what I mean? Without being in the same room together.
Can you imagine Guglielmo Marconi now looking at the cell phones, being like,
Right.
"Holy shit!"
I mean, if you look at it, though, it's still kind of behind. I mean, Back to the Future thought we'd have flying cars by 2005. That didn't happen.
Well, I'm sure it's by design that we don't have
Oh,
all that
we
stuff.
got flying
It's by
cars.
design we don't have all that stuff.
The problem with flying cars is, I mean, it's hard enough keeping the.
I was going to say, there's no
roadways clear
restrictions.
right
That's
now.
the biggest
How
problem,
the
yeah.
fuck are you gonna
Bro, you
keep
can't even drive now. You're gonna
How are you gonna-
fly?
Yeah, but who's going to judge? Who's going to judge where you fly? That's the problem.
That's right. I mean, we can barely right now keep air traffic control
Correct.
towers going for normal regulated
Yeah, really.
flights, right?
And look at all the shit's going on with Tesla. Did you see that guy got to his Tesla and it started doing donuts in the parking lot and he couldn't stop it?
That's great. Would somebody hack it?
I don't know what happened to it. The car picked him up and he kept doing donuts in the parking lot. He had to call the company to get the car to like stop.
I wouldn't want to.
There's some stuff about the future and Back to the Future though that's wild, like how they predicted like the Cubs.
Yeah, I
would win
know.
the
That's
World
insane,
Series,
actually.
and they were 1 year off. One
Yeah.
year off.
Some of the stuff's crazy. Like I love stuff like that. Like when you go back and you like analyze certain things like that.
So you didn't follow all the David Grush stuff and all that cool stuff that he had going on? Oh man, it was good.
No.
It's right. I'm sure you said your father's still with us? Oh,
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm sure he's
Dad's
probably
still with
all
us.
into it.
Had a close.
He's probably all into it then, right?
Not as
Wow.
much as he used to be. Like he got really into Curse of Oak Island there a couple of years ago. You ever watch that?
Yeah, I know of it.
Yeah, so Curse of Oak Island was all about this treasure, and it eventually led to like fucking maybe these are alien relics they're finding. Like, oh, he went wild
Really?
with that, like really
Interesting.
into that.
Is that Oak Island's Canadian?
Yeah, Oak Island is pretty close to Newfoundland, actually,
nice.
here where we are.
Yeah, that's right, Vader. People are saying that is not CGI.
What?
Which is nuts. That MH370 video, that it's not CGI, that it's legit. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what they're claiming.
I mean, who knows?
Do you need to get running, Mike, or anything like that, or were you holding you? You're having a good time?
Oh, I'm having a good time. It's just getting a little bit late. I got to be up with the kids
if you
in a
want-
couple minutes.
In a
Well,
couple
not in a
minutes.
couple minutes,
Jesus
a
Christ!
couple
What time are they
hours.
getting up?
If you got to roll out of here, brother, don't feel pressure to
like-
stay. You know, you're good.
Yeah, a lot of people are always weirded out when I tell them like the time difference from Newfoundland to like Eastern time. So we're actually an hour and a half ahead of you
shit,
guys.
I
So
didn't
it's
know
going to
that.
be 12 o'clock
Oh,
in
Jesus.
5
So-
minutes.
yeah, so
Yeah, because
okay.
we go for another half hour. So if you want
Yeah,
to,
no, it's late then for you.
you
Yeah.
want to dip out, I totally understand.
No, I got another couple minutes for sure.
Perfect. Any other games you want to see? And we want to talk about? Mortal Kombat 2. Nice.
Well, I don't care, man. I'm here. You got something you want to ask me?
Good.
Ask
So what do you
away.
think about
I'm open.
Nintendo making the prices of everything expensive for every system now? Apparently.
Yeah, they changed the game with everything.
It's
Everything raised prices, right?
it's really frustrating because there's a lot of people bringing up inflation, being like, hey man, this is just normal inflation, and like bringing up like when I was a kid here in Canada when Super Nintendo came out, there were some games that were like $50
Yeah.
Canadian, like The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. But then Super Street Fighter 2 came out. It was
Yeah, it was
$110
$85
Canadian,
here.
right? So they're like, oh, they were like, it's not the first time games have been this expensive.
That
That's
doesn't
all
mean it's
well and
okay.
good, but like I keep bringing up the fact video game fans are not as willing to accept big price increases, especially like back to back. I mean, we just got a price
Yeah.
increase with video games there a little while ago, where games jumped up like
Yeah,
at
from 60 to
$10,
70.
and
Yep.
now they're looking to jump it up another
But it's
20.
not
Yeah,
it's not only
now
that.
they're looking
Back
to
in the
jump it up
day, at
like
least you had the goddamn physical copy. Now they're just sending you a fucking code for $70.
That's the thing.
That's
If the
not worth
games went-
$70, you son of a bitch.
The crazy thing is, if the games went digital, why is it more expensive? That makes no sense. It should be cheaper.
Right. It's like the self checkout line. They
I-
try to make you forced to
Yeah.
pay the self checkout line. Why am I not getting a discount? You're not paying an employee to run this goddamn thing. I refuse to use them. I lose my mind in those stores. But like it's the same goddamn thing.
One thing I will say, I really like that Nintendo's doing. At least they're being transparent about the whole like game card thing, and like the game is not on there. Like if you go back and you take a look at your PlayStation 4, Xbox, One collection, a lot of those games that you bought and you're like, I got the game. That doesn't work unless there's a
Yes.
fucking
Right.
internet connection, because there's
Right.
a large proponent of
Yes.
that connects. So technically, as much as people are shitting on Nintendo for this whole digital game card, you've been buying digital copies of games for 10 years and
know.
you didn't
I
realize.
know. But Nintendo has a long little thing on the bottom that says download required for this game, like it says on the box. But
Yeah.
Nintendo's kind of ballsy too, though.
Yeah,
because some of the Switch games you bought was just an empty case.
Yeah, yeah. Nintendo's crazy, man. They're gonna do what they want. Nintendo
Oh, yeah,
likes
trust me, I know.
money. Like people forget what this company was. They ran a sex hotel in Japan at one point. That was Nintendo.
I'm sorry, where
I don't
where's
know
this
why
hotel?
You think Nintendo's this moral. Yeah,
now
no,
you got my
I don't think
attention.
they
What are
run
we
it
talking
anymore,
about?
but they did. I think it's called a love hotel, but basically it's like a
Not Suck,
bordello,
Suck, Bang,
right?
Bang?
And they used to run these love hotels in Japan. Yeah.
That's really ringing Nintendo in with a bang, huh? Talk about the Switch. Gave you all the new type of. Jesus, I can run with that all night. I didn't know that was a legit thing. It was a Nintendo brothel.
Yeah.
Boy, you
Yeah,
want to talk
look it
about up, down, down, left, right, BA? That's one way to do it, right?
Select stir.
That's for two
Yeah.
players. I like it. I like where you're going with that, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. Holy shit, that's fucking
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, there was. I'm going backwards a little bit, but I do got to tell you this story. So, part of my job, I talked about my father-in-law, not my father-in-law, my godfather for my kid was this guy who ran this, really successful restaurant here, longtime family friend of my wife's family. But my daughter's godmother is actually this like heiress to this family fortune. So she also at one point was part of our board for the organization I work for. So she was going to Toronto, and I was up there for some kind of event as well. And she was like, "Cancel your flight home. You can jump on my private
geez.
jet with my family." And I was like, I'm afraid of flying, so I didn't want to jump on a fucking private jet. But like, I didn't really have much of a choice. She was like, "It's gonna save the organization like $800 for your plane ticket," and I was like, "Fuck, she's got me. I can't argue that one. I'm stuck." I went on the private plane, and I actually got to talk to the pilots, and the pilots were actually, if you believe what they tell me, they were retired U.S. military and retired, pilots. They worked with the air carriers or airlines for years. And one of the things we got into, because we were flying at like 50,000 feet and 60,000 feet, like they were wild. But we started talking about aliens because it's something I talked to them about too. Here's the thing. They told me a couple stories about like the stuff they saw, but they said 100% we're not allowed to talk about it, because if you as a pilot admit that you saw something, they'll just
Yeah, they'll
completely
ground
revoke
you,
your
yep.
license and your life's fucking ruined. Yeah, they'll ground you forever, and like that's it. So, anyways, they were telling me like their stories, being private pilots getting away with it, but they were like, "Don't ever repeat it." I
Yeah,
was
they
like,
see
"Okay."
they see shit up there, man. They really do. The pilots see some freaking
Yeah.
shit.
If anybody
Yeah.
does, right? But there's a total gag order on it. They're like, well,
Yeah,
fucking
they
ruin
don't
your life
talk
if you
about
gotta
it
say
because
it.
it's stigmatized, or you're made out to sound like you're goddamn crazy,
Yeah, exactly.
which is screwed up. Tell the goddamn truth. I just want the truth. Like it's impossible for us to be the only thing on this in this galaxy. Impossible.
Yeah. Now, the last part of that story is why I'll never get on a private plane
boy.
ever again in my life, because they were like, all right, we're going to land now. So, we're up like 50, 60,000 feet. I'm used to commercial airlines going like 30,000 feet. All of a sudden we start going down and we're down and we're down and we're down. And all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, he goes, "Run," goes back up. And I was like, what happened? Like, was there a problem? Was it the fog? Because we usually have a lot of fog in Newfoundland. And he was like, nah, we raced somebody else to the airstrip. They made it first, so we had to pull up. And I was like, last fucking time I'm ever getting on a
Are you
private jet.
serious?
Last fucking time. Yeah.
That's crazy.
We raced somebody else down to the
That's
strip. They made it first.
crazy.
I was like, oh my God. Get me
Yeah,
to
give me the
ground here.
fuck off
And
this
the
thing.
other thing that sucked, I didn't realize, but we were landing at a part of the airport that was private. It wasn't the commercial part. So everybody gets off the plane and they get in their car, and I was parked at the airport, and I was like, "Yeah, I just got to go to my car now. Where's the airport parking?" And they were like, "Dude, that's like 2-hour
Oh my
walk from
God.
here." I was like, "You gotta be
That's
fucking
awful.
kidding me!" So I get in. What was supposed to be my original flight would have got me in around like 10 o'clock at night. I get in like
Oh,
4 in the morning, out in the
dear
middle of
God.
nowhere in this like fucking military airstrip. I'm like,
Like, hey, buddy, can we go back
Jesus
in the plane and you
Christ,
could
get me
fly me in
outta
my
here.
car? How about that?
Suddenly get abducted by an alien.
Yeah,
Jesus
fine.
Christ.
J Rod
Yeah.
just said something. Sex hotel, but remember, no blood in games. Very well said, J Rod from Nintendo.
Yeah. Nintendo
You
family
have
company.
jizz on sheet, but no
hotels.
blood in game. Like what the hell, bro?
There was some pretty shitty Philips CDI Nintendo games that were really bad.
CGI.
Philips CDI.
Oh, yeah.
They made some shitty Nintendo games. They had a Mario Hotel game. It was so bad.
No
They had
love
a
in that
Zelda
one
game
though.
too. It was really bad.
They had Wand of Gamelon. Oh,
It was
geez, what
such
else were the
shit.
CDI games?
It was
Wand
the
of
worst
Gamelon.
games I've ever played. Even the cutscenes were so bad. No,
Yeah, they weren't good.
No.
They didn't know what they were doing.
that system was pretty shitty actually in general. Philips CDI.
I've never played one. I've played
too.
it through emulation. I've played like the Legend of Zelda games because like I'm a big
gotta
Legend
try
of
'em.
Zelda guy.
Yeah.
But
How'd you like Breath of
they're
the Wild? Breath of the
bad.
Wild was the bomb, right?
I like Breath of the Wild, but I understand people who also say, that's not really a Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah, it's different. He's right. It's a different type of like game.
No, it's not.
They
It's not.
changed the way
It's
it
not
is.
classic Legend of Zelda, but it's still a great. Like the graphics were amazing. The gameplay was amazing. It was a fun game.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like Nintendo put together a spectacular game there, but like what they did was they took so many different elements from other games. Like they took like some combat from like the Soul style games. They also took like elements from like even the Elder Scrolls games, like your different weapons that you pick up and it having like breakability and other things like that. They made an incredible game. I absolutely love Breath of the Wild. I've played through it like 3 times so far. Tears of the Kingdom I've only played through once, but as soon as I get my Switch 2, I'm going to get the advanced copies. I'm going to play through them again. Love the game, but a Zelda game, it is and it isn't. I kind of understand that theory because you're not doing your typical dungeon exploring. Like there's elements of Zelda that just make sense, right? Like you're gonna go to a dungeon. You got to do something to unlock the dungeon. Once you get in there, you got to find a compass. You got to find a master key. You've got to find a map. And like some of those things were just really missing in Breath of the Wild. It wasn't the same
I
structure.
agree.
No, I get it. It's still dope. I
Did
like
you-
the graphics.
did
That
you-
game was fun.
Oh, it's still
Did you
completely dope.
Did you pre-order a Switch?
Yeah, did you get a Switch?
I did. It was hard though. I didn't realize here in Canada there was only 2 retailers the night
Best-
that it went live
Best
that were
Buy?
actually putting it up. So I was ready with everybody, and no, Best Buy
Wow.
didn't have it till the next day. So it was just Walmart and actually Price
Oh,
Club,
wow.
Costco were the only 2 retailers
Okay.
online.
Where'd you
that
end up
had
getting it from? Costco?
Oh, no, I went to GameStop the next morning and lined up like an idiot at 6
Oh,
a.m.
Jesus.
and stood in line for 4 hours until
Yeah,
I
it's
got a
funny.
physical
I was
copy.
thinking about getting it, and then the night that it went for pre-order was the night we did Arcades Anonymous, and I was exhausted after that. I was like, friggin' complete. It had nothing to do with the show. I was just really tired, so I ended up just going right to sleep at like 11 o'clock. And then I woke up in the morning. I was like, oh damn! I tried to get a copy and couldn't get one. So whatever.
I'll get the V2. I don't know. I'll wait till it's a little more popular.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. I mean, I want if I can get my hands on one to do for the show, for like an unboxing and to play for the show, for sure I'll get it. But I want to wait.
It's gonna take a little bit.
All the shit
for it to be readily available, it's gonna take a little bit.
Yeah. No, well, I got my buddy at Best Buy. I can usually get stuff pretty good from him. So. But I don't want to drop $600 on it and then have it not work.
I wish it was an OLED though. I'm really mad it's not OLED, but it is what it is.
It's not gonna be, or I'll wait for the OLED.
Yeah, I was disappointed by that. I was disappointed by that because the OLED was such a step in the right direction. I was always a Switch docked person, but once I got the OLED, I was like, oh no, I can see
the
the
benefit.
the enjoyment in playing in this benefit, especially with a better screen. Like I'm a bit of an OLED junkie, whore, whatever you want to call it. I did the Steam Deck upgrade to the OLED as well, so I really like the OLED screen. So they're saying it's really good, this new 1080 screen, and I kind of get what they're saying because I also have a PlayStation Portable, and that actually has a really good screen, despite it being not OLED. It's an LCD screen, but it's really fucking good. So this might be great. People are saying they like it better than the OLED.
So. We just
we'll see.
We just reviewed a multi-cab 2 days ago that had an OLED. Our buddy Alan picked up the Integrum Retro, the Envy from Integrum Retro, this new cabinet that's coming out. That this guy's out. That Jason Baker makes. He has all the plug and play drives and all that shit. He just released this 50 inch,
48 inch, isn't it?
Well, 48 is the screen, but the arcade cabinet itself is 50 inch with an OLED, and man, does that thing look fucking amazing! I put the video out last night. This afternoon it came out. It's pretty good. It's a long video, but we really go in depth review this cabinet. It's a nice high end cabinet, so it's definitely pretty sweet. Yeah, it's got the OLED. The OLED looks amazing. I want an OLED on here now.
Hey, you know what though? If the Switch 2 does 60 FPS handheld, I'll be happy.
For sure.
120
FPS.
FPS.
Do that?
handheld.
Really? Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it in my hand.
What's the hertz of the screen?
1080p, 120 frames per
What's the
second.
hertz of the screen?
120.
120? All right.
I mean, that's better from the Switch 1 was 30 FPS if you were lucky handheld. So that was the biggest drawback to the system.
I'm sure Digital Foundry will tell us everything we need to know about that.
But I like Nintendo. I'm still a big Nintendo.
I just want it to not look like soup.
I'm still a big Nintendo guy, so I'm happy they're coming out with something new.
No, I want one. I was always a Nintendo guy.
I am a little concerned about the launch lineup.
There's no games.
Yeah, how do you not have a
Nintendo,
Mario game?
There
no
needs
games.
to be,
How do you not have a Mario game though? Besides Mario Kart,
there needs to be a marquee game. Yeah, like how hard would it have been for them, and like how much fucking goodwill would it have been? I know they're doing it through the GameCube add-on, and I'm very excited about the GameCube controller and all that shit coming out. But like, even if they said, "Hey guys, we're doing a Legend of Zelda," Breath of the Wild 4K, and not Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess 4K, and we're doing Wind Waker 4K. Like, fans would have went nuts because they've been asking Nintendo to make it for years.
Why are they doing Breath of the Wild again?
Wind
I don't
Waker
understand that. This is the third system it's been on now.
Well,
I mean, I love Breath of the Wild, but still, like, I don't know.
Well, I don't have any problem with them upgrading to like 4K graphics.
Oh, is that
and
what it
stuff
is?
like
It's just
that.
the graphics upgrade?
I'm
All
totally
right.
fine.
So maybe I'll play it.
It's mostly well, if you still have the original cartridge, like there's a upgrade fee. That's it. Instead of having to buy the game over again, you can just pay like $10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So kind of like I love that PlayStation does that. Like I always jump in. Like I did the I don't know. It's not 4K, but I did the upgrade for Horizon Remastered, and I did the upgrade for Last of Us 2 Remastered, and I got no problem with paying $10 for like a newer, better version of the game that I already had. I'm okay with that, and it gets me to go back and play great games again.
Well, I don't know if you know, but they made somebody figured out a way to recompile and code the games for PC, like 64 games in 64, and they have both Zelda games from 64 ported over to PC now, and it's like they upscaled the graphics a lot, and they look amazing. Yeah.
Ooh, really?
Uh,
Gotta go check that.
Which Zeldas?
both Zeldas from 64. Majora's Mask and Orc, Arcana of Time, whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have ever came across this. I see you playing WCW NWO Revenge, which is just like one of
Oh
my,
my God,
holy
all-time
grail
favorites.
games from the N64. I put way too many hours into this. Have you ever played any of the like other versions
Yes, I
they've
have.
made of these? Because
Yeah,
they
they have the
have like
remake. Yes.
Legends. Yeah. I fucking like love that. Like the amount of detail they go in, like making the classic like 80s WWF characters, and like they've got other leagues too. You can go back and play like classic WCW,
Yeah, and
NWA
they have
stuff.
all the classic
Like
intro music
just
too,
the
which is cool.
ingenuity. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
important.
What is it called? Oh my God, it's called WWE Challenge, something like that. I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of remakes now.
Well, they're releasing
Legends
they're
Challenge.
releasing all these new
64, yeah.
remakes on these new like ROM hacks and shit on
They're actually doing
cartridges
physical
too.
copies too, because I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
Chase Brogan did like
Yeah.
review.
Bro, do you know what's funny about that? You read the comments, because he touches the cartridge, the people in the comments lose their fucking mind. We told you about that, Brogan. How dare you touch the sacred cartridge? These people aren't getting the monies for, like, he's like this in the thing. He's like, yo, watch my comments. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, they go nuts on him in the comments just because he's touching the physical copy of the game. It's insane.
It used to be my favorite part when you used to bust somebody open and they stop bleeding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I played countless hours, like just against people, and like this is like when you used to play like 4 players at somebody's house, you know.
Oh, this is the game I was playing against Joe, and I didn't know
You
how
want
to
to
get
know
back in
what?
the ring. He beat me. Son of a bitch.
You want to know what my favorite, what like terrible wrestling game was? It was Raw 2 on Xbox. The game is fucking terrible, but it has one of the best creative wrestlers ever. For the simple fact that the Xbox used to let you burn songs off CD on it. So I used to spend hours creating like random wrestlers, like putting Rick Rude in there, except having his WCW theme from like the 90s. I don't know if you remember it. Instead of that, dun dun dun, it was simply ravishing. Ow! And like I spent hours upon hours creating characters, just random, like putting demolition in it. And when they come out with their own music, that was so important. It added everything.
I still
to it.
can't believe that WWE lost the license to WWF. I still can't believe they let that.
I still call him WWF. I refuse to call him WWE. Refuse.
It's impossible to fight a not-for-profit organization called the World
I know,
Wildlife Fund
I
and
know.
win. Like they knew it was losing battle. There was no way away from that. And the problem was that I think WWF World Wildlife Fund also had longevity too, because when Vince bought WWF from his dad, it was WWWF Worldwide
Yeah,
Wrestling
nice.
Federation. So he shortened it, and they had longevity on the acronym. Like I hate World Wrestling Entertainment. I hate the fact that they can't do merch with the
know,
old
that's
logos
so
and stuff on
annoying.
it now. But yeah,
Like I have a lot of the title belts. I own a lot of the title belts, like the replicas, and it just sucks that it doesn't have the WWF
Yeah.
logo.
That's just like UFOs. I refuse to call it UAPs.
So-
It's just, no, it's UFO. Fuck that. I don't care what
it's
it does.
UFO. I had one replica title, and it was the Winged Eagle
yeah, of
because
course.
obviously that was generation
Yes.
I grew up with. But it actually had the WWF logo on it. I bought it at WrestleMania 27
Oh,
right there
nice.
in
That's
the
awesome.
shop.
Well, you know me, Gene.
And I regret selling it because you'll never get
No,
another
not a
one
legit
with the
one. You get like
WWF
the cheap
logo
ones
on.
from China, but not a legit one.
Yeah.
They're starting to get really good now, though. It's crazy. The title belts are really nice now. They're making the plates thicker now and like stuff, but they're so expensive.
Oh yeah.
They even have like crazy, like limited edition ones that are like $1,000 now. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't need to spend
I
money
always
on
wanted the
that.
hardcore title. They had the
I got enough
recreation of
enough
they had the
hobbies and
recreation of the
habits.
hardcore title with the duct tape on it and everything.
Yeah. I hated the myth behind that growing up that it was the hardcore title was actually the title that Mr. Perfect destroyed on Hogan on Saturday. What was it? Wrestling Superstars, or it might have been I saw it on Superstars, but it might have been a Saturday Night main event. He broke up the title, and everybody thought that was
No.
a hardcore title. That was the rumor backstage, but it wasn't.
There was so much funny like back in the day with the WWF. There was so much drama with the belt. I remember, I'm pretty sure that Stone Cold threw the Rock's belt like into the ocean or something like that. There was like so many weird things. Like the wrestling was so much different back then. It's like so crazy what it's become.
Eight or 900 is probably cheap right now for a wrestling belt, right? Like they can probably get pretty expensive, right? I'm assuming. Like,
Well, yeah, the craftsmanship on them is really good. They're really nice now. But I own a bunch. I'm a loser. I collect certain things, and when I get addicted to something, I buy a ton of them.
He collects.
I'm pretty sure I have like 6 belts right now.
He collects dick pics.
So
if you got one, send it to him.
So I find it funny because like the online community sucks in wrestling. Like there's so much tribalism and stuff like that going on. It's horrible. People don't watch wrestling because they want to watch wrestling. They watch wrestling because they want to support a brand. I've never understood that. Like just watch what's fun. Like what the fuck does it matter what the title on it is? But I also grew up, just watching everything I could wrestling wise in the 80s. So now if you say something online someone doesn't like, they come after you and they're like, I bet you were one of those losers with like 6 or 7 title belts in your house. That's apparently like a slight if you're a wrestling fan, making fun of you because you got title belts. I'm like, what?
Hey, I have a bunch of titles and I love them. So it is what it is.
Is it reboot?
Got it.
Reboot.
I got one friend that like went nuts though. He had everything and like random.
Well, Joe's a big wrestling guy. I'm not a.
Oh, Joe's a huge wrestler.
I'm not a big wrestling guy. I was never.
I was huge into it when I was younger, like in the 80s and 90s.
When I was a kid, Hulk Hogan, and I was 10, 11, and I just thought it was kind of gay to watch men slam into each other with tights on. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my cup. It's not something I want to do.
It's a test. It's a test to prove you're not. That's what you got to do. You got to prove how manly you are
by watching these men in little outfits. Would it lock up, Mikey? No. Sorry. Time for the reboot. So for the most part, these things are pretty plug and play, and I mean, for the most part, we can get this thing rolling all night, no problem.
So Multi-Mike presses buttons with his ass.
Every once in a while, it freezes up, so you just got to reboot it.
Well, until Multi-Mike's Gaming presses buttons with his ass by mistake. That usually doesn't help. But, so titles I own. I have the Winged Eagle, of course. Yep. I have the NWO belt with the spray painted NWO on it.
Are you rebooting?
Oh, yeah. I have the Intercontinental title, which is huge.
Which Intercontinental, though?
Not the... So, like the...
Okay. Not the original. No, the one that, like... got the 80s original.
I'm trying to think, like... Yes.
Randy Savage, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Yeah.
And then I think that's it. I think that's the only ones I have. Oh no, I have the WWE belt, like the one with the big W and like the rhinestones on it, like the diamonds on it.
Oh yeah, the current one.
So that's and the scratch title. I think it's called the scratch title. So I have those. Those are the ones I have right now. I mean, of course I want to own more, but they got so expensive. I was like, you know what? I used to buy them when they were on sale for like Black Friday and stuff, They would have some good.
Yeah, I would like the stuff that I'm nostalgic for is I'd want my Winged Eagle back. That Intercontinental title was
I love it.
Amazing. I hate the fact that they brought it back and then took it away again because I hate the current Intercontinental title. I would also want the tag team titles from that generation too, the same ones that Demolition had. Like those were around for years. Those tag team titles, that Intercontinental title and Winged Eagle title. So those are the 3 main ones. With WCW and NWA, I'd want a big gold. I'd also want, for a while there, Ric Flair like took that belt and went to WWF. I'd love to have like their WCW World title they had for a while. There's a very specific version of the U.S. title that I remember fondly, the last U.S. title they had. And then there's a television title I would like to have. Then the WCW Tag Team Championships, I don't really give a shit. But those are the main ones I would like to have if I had unlimited money and unlimited space, right?
There's some guys online that's crazy. Like if you watch like reviews on these belts, they have like holes in the background, like in glass cases. I'm like, must be nice to have tons of money.
Some people do, man. Like you also got to remember that like if you have a normal life, like where you buy a house and have kids and have normal expenses, there's some people out there that
they just single the whole life,
they never have anything, like singer their whole life, and they're gonna spend money on that shit.
I hear you, man.
Right?
I hear you. Like I said, I'm a junkie. Once I collect something, I get crazy. Even with
Yeah, see, that's
Even
how
with
I
video
am too.
games, I think I have. I'm pretty sure I have close to 350 or 400 physical Switch games.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, with the Switch,
I
yeah,
I
that's
have to do it.
about
I have
6
to do a
times what I
video
have.
because I have so many games.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I just the problem is getting them all on camera. I have to like get them all out because I have them like all over the place. Because my daughters love to like mess with my stuff, so I have to hide it from them because they'll destroy them. And I
Yeah.
actually have a physical copy of Smash Bros. Melee for GameCube sealed still in the plastic. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
I have a bunch of weird random stuff, like video game wise.
Yeah, I used to. I ended up selling a lot of it there a little while ago because I go through periods where like all of a sudden my wife will come to me and she's be like, "Hey, we got all this debt," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, awesome." Well, it's time to sell a bunch of stuff because it's not that important compared to
No,
us
I
having
hear
a
you.
good
I'm in the
life.
same boat right now.
So
I'm in
I've
the
done
same
it a
boat right now
couple
when I'm about to start
times.
selling some of my
Yeah.
stuff. I hear you. It sucks to have to do it, but you have no choice.
No, it just makes better sense. It's just I can't have all this stuff here if
I'm running out of room for it too at this point.
we got
So
yeah,
yeah.
that's the worst part. But most of the sealed games I had wasn't because I was collecting them. It was just I would go out at one point and like especially during like the PlayStation and PlayStation 2 era, I really got into playing like role playing games, but there's only so much fucking time, man. So I'd buy role playing games, never open them. They'd be sealed. And like I'd just go down like a couple of years ago and I was like, what am I doing with a sealed
Yeah.
copy of this game? But you never got
Yeah.
to it, right? It's not because you were trying to collect it sealed. You just never got to play
And
it.
role playing games sometimes are deep. Sometimes you can be 40, 50 hours in a game.
And then you realize you used one item in the first half of the game that you
I
needed to
know.
beat the boss, and
I
then
know,
everything's
man.
ruined.
It's crazy. You
Yeah.
know how many times I went back and replayed games just because I did something wrong the first time?
Yeah, I played Final Fantasy VIII, I think 6 times. Six
Six times the charm.
times through
6 times the charm.
almost before realizing how important it was to not build up levels and to focus on gaining all the magic, doing the draw
Yeah.
magic. Because if you just gain up levels, you're fucked. The game's gonna absolutely
Yeah.
eat you alive because it has this level system, right?
Crazy.
How do you like this game? It's called Grand Shooter. It's a new light gun game that came out by Talis. This guy, his name is Talis. He's linking up with Retro Shooter.
Yeah, Michael B
okay.
doesn't like light gun games. Stop trying to make him like light gun games.
He's gonna like him and he's gonna love him.
I feel really
Yeah, I
pressured
know.
about light gun games
Well,
here.
Vito,
Like,
that's
I
like
gotta
Vito's
buy
big
some
thing,
now.
light gun games. He's a big light gun guy. So,
A little bit of enthusiast.
he's not
That's
really,
pretty cool though because like no one's doing this anymore. No one's dropping like classic games. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, Vito, it's getting close to that time anyway. Michael B's been hanging out with us the whole entire time, so I think it's time to send him off and like let everybody know. Yeah, man. Mike's gotta go to bed. He got kid stuff to do in the morning.
Yeah, my daughter's got school in the morning, and then my wife, we used to both work from home during the pandemic, but she had to go back, so now it's just me with my kid. She keeps saying all this craziness, like I have to be awake when I'm taking care of my children.
How
So
dare she?
yeah, I had to
Yeah,
start
I
going
know,
to
I
bed
hear that. I
earlier.
feel you, man. I'm the same way.
We're in a pandemic.
But just give everybody a heads up where they can find you, where they can see your channel, things like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, let us know where we can find Michael B. the Game Genie.
YouTube, Michael B. the Game Genie. That's where you can find me. And I don't post as much as I used to. I used to have like daily news videos, but I'm not doing as much just because I
That's
don't have
alright.
as much time. But I do a live stream every
Okay.
Monday night. Do a show with a couple friends called Super
Awesome.
Game Room Dudes, and
Awesome.
usually it's
That
pretty
sounds
fun.
great.
If you're ever looking for guests on the show,
man, let us know.
Let us know.
Oh, you can also find me usually in other people's videos because people randomly have problems with me and then talk shit about me. So you can find me there
Nice,
too,
man.
guys.
I really appreciate you spending the night with us, man. We had a great time talking to you.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah,
that was
awesome,
awesome.
guys.
I had great conversations, and I appreciate you hanging with us.
Yep. And we're always looking to expand. So if if you're looking to collab more in the future, we'll have you back on. And or if you want one or both of us or all of us on your show, we'll gladly come on.
Yeah, man, that's
All right,
something we can
sounds
do
good.
for
And
sure.
everybody in the chat, please go follow Michael B. the Game Genie on
Yes,
YouTube.
sir. Oh, that's what was Endgame said. He goes, Michael be the game genie, but doesn't like cheat codes. What the hell?
Hey, listen, I used to have a game genie growing up. I made a very terrible decision one birthday. I got my birthday money, and I had a choice at the local rental store by my house. I could either buy Final Fantasy
Oh
or the
boy,
Game
what a
Genie, and I
terrible
picked the Game
choice.
Genie. So. I know.
And you know
I
what's
know.
funny? The Game Genie actually broke the original Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because of the way it went in there, like
A lot of
damaged the
times,
pins
yeah.
on the Nintendo.
Yep.
But you could do some really cool shit in it, man. Like, have you ever played Super Mario Brothers 3 from start to finish in the little Kido boot?
Oh yes, I
don't think
know.
you have.
But somebody found a way to get into the developer menu now without a Game Genie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't we have all these mods we could do on here anyway? We have all that.
Well,
Right?
somebody found a way to get in. There's like a code you could put in that you could get to the developer menu without the Game Genie. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that boot was pretty cool to have. Let me tell you.
And I think it was Galoob. The Game Genie was one of the first companies to ever win in court.
Yes,
against
I'm pretty sure you're
Nintendo,
right.
too.
I don't know how that happened. Nintendo's like, that'll never happen again. Now we win all the court cases.
Well, now Nintendo's going after Genki too, the case company. What a mess.
Yeah. Genki needs to get with Galoob and figure out how to beat Nintendo.
Let's form a.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much.
Yeah,
This
man,
was
had
fun.
a great time, dude. I appreciate you hanging with us again the whole night. I really appreciate it. We had a great time.
Michael B. the Game Gene on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us, brother. Catch you next time. Later.
Later,
All
man.
right, see you, fellas.
Thank you everybody in the chat too for hanging out. Really appreciate you guys. Had a great time. And if you want to see anything next time, throw some suggestions out there. We are always open to it.
Yeah, please, guys.
Anything you want to see, just let us know.
We're basically trying to be the most interactive gaming channel on YouTube.
You want to see anything? Throw stuff in the comments.
So
throw
please
stuff on
ask to
YouTube.
see games when we're playing. Like suggest games.
Teams, people you want to see on the show. Let us know.
I'm going to be introducing Parsec next season. I was trying to do it this season, but I want to take the time and do it right.
Hey, and we were just trying to get the computer up and not crashing.
Yeah,
so
my
that
God,
was
it
the
took
biggest
me
challenge.
it took me a year to get that fixed, and I now thank God, thanks to Best Buy, my boy Miguel and Smalls over at Best Buy, this PC's working great. It's not freezing, not having any issues. Praise Jesus.
That was first and foremost to get the
Holy
show
shit.
great for you guys. So
we're gonna have some definitely some good things coming up. I think we're gonna have well, not I think we're gonna have Jeremy Ray back on the show. If not on our live stream, it's gonna be a separate UFO thing. I don't know if you want to get down with that.
I'm down. That's cool. I love Jeremy. He was awesome.
But I want to have Jeremy Ray because he's got a big announcement to make. He wants to do it on our channel. I'm trying to get Chaos Moogle back on, but that dude's busy as shit. And we're gonna have some more special guests, some big guests. I'm trying to get Vetted. Vetted said he'll come on the show. Who's got a huge UFO channel, Patrick from Vetted. Really cool dude. Got a great show. He blew his channel up. He had 3,000 subs last year, and he started putting out a video a day every day, and he's up to 52,000 right now.
Yeah. It doesn't even take a video a day. It just takes that one niche video, man. You
Yes, for sure. And I have to be consistent. So that's what the goal is. The goal is to be consistent. At least release 1 to 3 videos a week, and I think we're gonna blow up with a bunch of shorts.
Sounds good to me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Next Wednesday, I believe I want to do a birthday episode. This is my birthday next Wednesday. You available? Don't feel pressured.
Of course I'm gonna be here.
All right. So
Your birthday?
next Wednesday we're gonna have a blast.
Maybe we'll do something on location. Maybe we'll go somewhere.
Fuck yeah, let's go do that.
Maybe we'll go to an arcade somewhere.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Is that one that's local? Maybe we'll go there, have some fucking drinks.
Absolutely.
Fuck it.
That sounds good to me.
Hey, it's your birthday.
So
Let's do
next
something.
Wednesday we're doing something special. Whether it's me getting retarded.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll do something though. I'm gonna be here. I promise you that.
Yes, sir. All right. Catch you guys later. Thank you for coming out to the show. Please like and subscribe and share. Check out the NV
Review.
review.
Yeah, it was really nice. We had a lot of
Good time. Thanks again, Alan, for allowing us to film it
And
late
play
at
with
your
it.
house
Appreciate it.
and play with it, laying it on the table like an elephant trunk. Catch you guys later.
Thank you everybody for joining and appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
Sub to Multi-Mind Gaming on YouTube. Get him up to 50 or 60 subs tonight. please.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be so happy.